From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Peter Hanley at Western Maritime and Property.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Hanley.
I found this message to call you. You're still in town at the Beverly Hilton.
Yes, that's right.
I thought you'd be back in Hartford by now.
When I can enjoy a spot like this on expense account?
What?
This California weather, the swimming pool here at the hotel?
Wait. No, wait. You say on expense account?
Why, sure.
Dollar, you cleared up that matter for us. You proved conclusively that Randolph Merrill did not lose his yacht, that the explosion and the sinking were fake.
That's right.
And incidentally, as you anticipated, the yacht was found in a small Mexican seaport, all ready to be rebuilt and repainted to thoroughly disguise it.
Good. Now, Mr. Hanley.
Oh, by the way, in spite of his earlier vindictiveness, Merrill has decided to plead guilty and throw himself on the mercy of the court.
Has he signed a confession?
Well, no.
Then I'll bet he changes his tune by the time he goes to trial.
Oh?
Sure, that's an old trick to slow things up, gain time. Are you having Mrs. Merrill held as an accessory?
The Merrill has made and signed a statement completely clearing her, so to hold her now would only complicate matters.
Hanley, either you haven't yet read my expense account report,
I haven't
or I
yet.
forgot to tell you what tipped me off that bear was trying to pull something on us.
Oh? What was it, Mr. Dollar?
Her jewels that you'd insured for $100,000.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, Hanley. That jewelry Mrs. Merrill showed us was fake.
Oh,
Paste.
Heavens, Dollar?
You still think I ought to go back to Hartford?
No, not until you found out where the real jewels are. Can you come down to the office, Mr. Dollar, right away?
Sure, if you like.
No. I'll drive out there to your hotel.
Whatever you say.
Yes, I'll drive out there. I'll be there right away.
Scotch and soda be all right?
Yeah, what?
You suddenly sound as though you could use a drink.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Western Maritime and Property Insurance Company, Los Angeles, California. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Wayward Diamonds matter. Expense account item 1, $2.25 for drinks in my room at the Beverly Hilton. By the time room service had delivered them, collected the tip, and left, Peter Hanley arrived. Yeah, come in.
I make no bones about it, Mr. Dollar. I had completely forgotten about those jewels of Mrs. Merrill's.
Yeah, well, I can't say that I blame you. We were so intent on exposing the so-called sinking of that yacht.
Exactly.
All right. Relax. Here, come on now. Sit down and relax while we map out a plan of action.
Thank you. After you hung up, I suddenly remembered that you had mentioned the fact that those jewels were fake to Mrs. Merrill herself.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, how did you know that they were fakes, Mr. Dollar?
You remember when we sat in their living room out in Westwood while they gave us that cock and bull story about the yacht going down?
Yes, I remember.
All right. She handed me the jewels to look at. I kind of absent-mindedly dragged one of the so-called diamonds across the glass top of the coffee table and realized it didn't scratch it.
Oh.
Nor did any of the others, which proved they weren't diamonds at all, but some kind of imitations. Look, why kid about it, Hanley? Up to that point, they'd had me believing their story about losing that yacht.
You weren't alone, Dollar. You weren't alone. But now I suppose we'd better call in the police about that jewelry.
Why the police?
Well, to see if they can find the originals.
Now, look. The Merrills are a clever pair. They proved that when they almost got away with a $150,000 claim against you for a boat that didn't sink after all.
Very true, Dollar. Very true.
So you can be pretty sure they didn't take the diamonds out of that jewelry and just hand them over to some fence around here.
Yes, you're right. Later, I suppose she figured to lose the fakes, have them stolen, and then claim the insurance.
Yeah, probably. If we hadn't nabbed the old man for the yacht fraud. You say she hasn't been held?
No. But I see now that she should have been, in spite of her husband's statement that she was completely innocent of any complicity in the whole scheme.
Yeah, I think she should have. You know, it's going to take a lot of money to defend him. And with him in the clink, she's the logical one to raise it.
With the diamonds. The real diamonds.
Uh-huh, that's my guess.
Very well, then. I'll go over to police headquarters right away, charge her with fraud. Because of the diamonds themselves, and see that she is held until she tells us where we can recover them.
Hadn't you better get evidence of fraud first?
Well, the mere fact that she substituted paste for the real diamonds in that jewelry, Dollar.
Well, a lot of people do that. Never wear the real stuff in public unless they have a lot of guards around.
Well, even so...
No, Hanley. You've got to prove that she's actually got rid of the real ones. Or tries to. You see, I don't think she's had a chance to yet.
Why not?
No, listen. I'm running up a nice fat item for you on my expense account.
What kind of an item?
Well, so far it only amounts to $150.
What for?
Fee to a private detective agency. Somebody to tailor 24 hours a day.
In the hope of finding out what she's doing with the genuine stones?
More important, to find out how she'll try to dispose of them.
But she may have done that some time ago.
No, I doubt it.
Why?
It's only recently they've needed dough.
Granted.
They had two plans. The phony sinking of their yacht, and later, if that worked, a phony loss of their phony diamonds.
But why later?
Well, to run them both together would look suspicious. What's more, apparently saving the jewels made the yacht accident look legitimate.
Yes, I suppose so.
Sure. And remember this. She made a big thing of having saved her jewelry.
When we still believed the wreck was legitimate.
That's right. She made a big point of displaying those phonies to us because she wanted to be sure we'd not only see them, but believe they were the originals. That we'd be witness to the fact she still had them.
Yes, I see. But you must recall that you finally recognized them as paste.
Yeah, but like you and I almost forgot about it simply because they had nothing directly to do with the matters at hand.
Yeah, and she may think that we have forgotten.
I doubt it. The point is, now she needs money. He saw to it that she stayed free to raise it.
And the diamonds are probably her only way of getting it.
Which is why I put a detective on her. Oh, excuse me. Johnny Dollar. Yeah? What? Well, how did... Yeah. Well, look, I'll be right over.
What is it, Dollar?
Oh, that detective I was talking about has just lost his job.
I don't understand.
He just came to.
Came to?
Yeah, at the home of Mrs. Merrill.
He's in her home?
Yes, but she isn't. She's gone.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Although most men by nature don't feel in a combat mood much of the time, there are some who just can't get enough of a good fight, particularly if there's a good, sound reason for it. In July 1900, when American fighting men were protecting the rights and liberty of their fellow countrymen during the Boxer Uprising, the battle was a furiously fought affair. Army Private Robert H. von Schlick, serving with Company C of the 9th United States Infantry Division, was in the thick of the fracas. Although he had been wounded previously while carrying a wounded comrade to a place of safety, he rejoined his command, which partly occupied an exposed position on a dike. Private von Schlick remained there after his company had been withdrawn and, in spite of the hail of bullets around him, single-handedly continued to fire into the enemy ranks. Oblivious to the fact that he was a conspicuous target, he refused to leave the fight until he was literally shot off his position by the enemy. Private Robert von Schlick earned the Medal of Honor for valiant devotion to duty and added heroic background to the code of conduct of American fighting men.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Wayward Diamonds Matter.
In separate cars, I still had my rental job. Pete Hanley, the insurance man, and I drove out to Westwood, just beyond Beverly Hills.
You're sure that detective was here at the Merrill home when he called you?
Well, that's what he said.
But if he was supposed to simply tail...
Come on.
Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, that's right. And I take it you're Sam Bench... Holy smoke, what happened to you? Where's Mrs. Merrill?
Well, like I told you on the phone, Mr. Dollar, she's gone.
Any idea where?
Oh, sir. Hey, you mind if I sit down? I don't feel so good.
No, go ahead. Go on, sit down. All right, you all set?
Yeah.
Now, what happened?
Well, I was walking up and down the street.
Huh?
You know, real casual, so it's not there was no
You've
suspicion.
been walking up and down in front of this house all morning.
Oh, yeah, all morning. But like I say, real casual, so
Where
it's not...
did you ever learn to be a detective? Some correspondence course?
Oh, now look, Dolly, you shouldn't talk like that. I resent it.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and resent it. But prowling up and down in front of the house...
Well, my brother runs a very good detective
Your brother?
agency. Yeah, and if he didn't think I was a good operator, if he wouldn't let...
all right. What happened?
Well, I see her come out the back door. You know, Miss Merrill?
Wow.
And I see her go out and she opens up the garage.
And where were you?
Well, by good luck, I just happened to be in front of the driveway about then. So, real casual, I lean over and I start tying up my shoelace,
Yeah.
you know, so she won't get suspicious of me, you see?
Go on, go on.
Well, when she gets in the car and she gives me a look, but that's all. So I figures me being so casual and all, she's not wise to what I'm doing around here, you know?
I bet she wasn't.
But that's where you're wrong, Dollar, because somehow she must have figured it out, even with me being so casual.
All right. What happened?
Yeah. Well, Dollar, she comes barreling out of that garage so fast, I didn't have hardly
And
time to maybe
she
even...
casually ran you down.
So I was casual about it. By the time I pick myself up and I find out I got any busted bones, she's down the street and around the corner.
What kind of a car was she driving?
Gee, no.
What was the license number?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Well, then how it happened so
Hey,
fast?
look, whoever assigned you to this job ought to
I
have
told you,
their-
my brother. And don't you say anything about my
How
brother.
did you get into this house?
Well, my order said if she made any move, I was to phone you. I figured nearest phone was in here.
How did you get in?
Well, I looked around to see one of the back windows was open.
You have
so
any authority to enter this house? A warrant, maybe?
No, but I have my orders to phone you just as soon as I could, and like I say, I figured the nearest phone... You want to see my orders?
No, I don't.
Well, look, see here.
Now, you
Here.
look. You can take those back to your office and shove them in your darling brother's face.
Oh,
And
now
when
you're saying things
do,
against my
just
brother.
don't forget
Shouldn't
to tell him you're fired.
Oh, now look, Dollar. Anybody can make one little mistake.
You
One-
asked me, you made them all. Now, go on. Get out of that chair and get out of here.
Oh, now listen,
Oh,
will
and
you...
I suppose that car that's parked right across the street, I suppose that's yours.
Oh, sure.
Oh, no.
So as if she made a move, I could follow without wasting no time.
Real casual, huh?
Sure.
So she wouldn't know you were following her.
Of course.
All right, go on. Get out.
Oh, now look, you wasn't really serious about
About
what
you being
said about...
fired? You bet I was. And you can tell your brother he and his agency are... Oh, go on. I'll settle with him later.
Look, I'm not used to being treated like this. And when I told my
Ouch.
brother...
Oh, brother. Well, Hanny, it looks like I called in the wrong detective agency. I'm sorry.
I'm afraid so. And I suppose you and I have no more right to be in this house than that idiot had, so perhaps we'd better leave.
Yeah, sure. But not until you get on the phone and call the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Oh?
Find out from them the year, make, and model of Mrs. Nancy Merrill's car.
Oh, better still, I can call my office.
Your office.
Yes, we issued the insurance on that car.
Well, good. Meantime, rather than just sit here and twiddle my thumbs, I'm going to have a look around.
But, Dollar, if our simply being here is illegal...
Will you stop worrying about it and get on that phone? In the bedroom, I found the jewel box, all right, but no sign of the jewels. However, in a desk, I did find a receipt. A receipted bill for some work done by a jeweler in Westwood Village. The amount of the bill? Yeah. It was more than enough to cover the substituting phonies for the diamonds in that jewelry. So when Hanley got the description of Nancy Merrill's car, I sent him over to West L.A. Police Headquarters to have my pals over there put out an APB on it. Then I hopped into my own car and headed for the jewelry store in Westwood. And you know something? If I'd had any idea of what was waiting for me there, believe me, I'd never have gone alone.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. Kentucky's state flag is dark blue, with the seal of the Commonwealth encircled by a wreath of goldenrod, the state flower. Within the seal, two friends embrace, their right hands clasped, their left resting on each other's shoulder, their feet on the verge of a precipice, which illustrates the motto beneath them: united we stand, divided we fall. Kentucky's state flag, the flag of the 15th state to enter the Union, was adopted on March 26, 1918.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Wayward Diamonds Matter.
Howard's Hillcrest Jewelry is a small but very exclusive shop on Weyburn Avenue in the Westwood Village section of Los Angeles. There, with the help of a receipt I'd found in Nancy Merrill's desk, I hoped to get on the track of the missing diamonds. I entered the snooty little shop and asked for the owner.
I'm sorry, my good man, but Mr. Howard is engaged with one of our important clients.
Well, I'm here on rather important business.
Well, if you care to leave your name and he wishes to see you, perhaps we shall call you. Ah, Mrs. Smythe Kenworthy.
Hey, look, Buster.
How delightful to see you
said...
again. And did little Chi-Chi like the jeweled collar we selected for him?
Chi-Chi.
Such a lovely puppy. You know, he's the favorite of all my doggy friends. Just as you're my favorite.
Maybe I'd better look for this Howard myself.
Mrs. Smythe Kenworthy, you have no idea how it brightens the day to have you drop in.
Oops,
Now,
wrong department.
what can I show you today? Some little trinkets for your pussycat rat. We have some perfectly privacy things and real emeralds.
No.
But you must please.
Oh, Nancy, my dear.
Yes, Howard.
My pet, when I removed the genuine diamonds from your various pieces and replaced them with paste, it was with the distinct understanding.
I know, dear, I know. But now I have to have the real stones put back.
Why? As I understood, it was in order to have the fake gems stolen so that you could collect on the insurance.
Oh, of course it was, of course.
Not so loud, Nancy, please.
Howard, our plan to claim that the yacht exploded failed. Randolph is in jail.
He didn't involve you in that, I must say, rather foolish plot.
Oh, no, but I have to go through the motions of getting him legal help.
Excellent, my dear. I hope they keep him in jail.
Howard.
Randolph has stood in the way of our romance too long, my pet.
Howard, please, listen. Because of the yacht, they sent an insurance investigator out here.
Investigator?
Yes, a Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Dollar? Good heavens.
You know him?
I know about him. I don't like this.
And he found that these jewels I have now are paste. Now, you've got to put the original stones back so that when he sees them again, he'll think he was mistaken.
Impossible. I've already disposed of them through various connections. Why did you show him those fakes?
Well, I thought...
You thought wrong, you stupid wench.
Oh, Howard.
Don't you see you may have opened the door to investigation of some of the other favors I've been doing you and other customers to beat your insurance companies?
Oh, but I didn't think...
Oh, of course you didn't. But if Dollar ever connects me with those imitations...
Oh, dear. Oh, I know. And if they ever find out that the loss you faked here in the store that you collected so much on...
Nancy, if they ever discover that that was faked, I'll go up for life, thanks to you.
Oh, no.
I could kill you for being such a fool.
Oh, but darling, I didn't know. I didn't realize...
You don't know anything.
Howard, please.
Oh, shut up. Shut up and let me think.
Oh, if there's anything I can do...
I said shut up!
Howard...
Will you be quiet? I got to think this thing out. I knew from the beginning that stupid trick with the yacht wouldn't work out. I told you so.
But it fooled the police and the Coast Guard. How were we to know the insurance company would send that Johnny Dollar out here?
Will you stop talking about him? We've got to figure our way out of this mess. Now, who else besides Dollar knows about the phony jewels I made up for you?
No one, Howard. Except my husband, of course.
Are you sure?
But how could they know?
Well, what if your husband talks?
Oh, he doesn't dare. Don't you see? He's the one who sent me here to get the stones back. So the Dollar can't prove he saw the imitations.
And I tell you, I can't get them back. They're probably scattered all over the country by now.
But don't you see? Unless we can show them to him, the real ones, I mean, show them to this Johnny Dollar.
No, it's impossible. So, that means only one thing, Nancy.
Replacing the fakes with some other genuine stones?
No, that would take months. No, Nancy, it means that I have to get rid of this man, Dollar.
That gun!
That's right.
You'd kill him?
Yes, Nancy, I'll kill him if I can find him.
I'll save you the trouble of looking for me, Howard.
What? Dollar!
And is that the gun you plan to kill me with?
Yes, that's right. And I think I'd better kill you right now.
Oh, Howard, darling, please.
Oh, put that thing down, Howard. You're not going to shoot with customers out front.
My private vault is just outside this back door of my office, Dollar, and it's open. In there, the sound of a shot won't be heard out front.
No kidding.
No kidding. All right, walk. Out that little door. Walk.
Well, you don't really leave me much choice, do you?
Now, open it carefully. No tricks.
Tricks? With a gun in my back?
All right, open the door. Go ahead.
Well, it seems stuck. Maybe you'd better open it.
I said no tricks. You open it.
Oh, Howard, you don't know what you're doing.
You bet I do. Go ahead, Dollar.
You may be sorry for this, you know.
Will you quit stalling and open it?
Whatever you say.
Mr. Howard! Mr. Howard!
Oh, no.
Mr. Howard, there are some men here to see you.
Nancy, go out there. Tell them I'm not to be disturbed. I'll see them in a few minutes.
Oh, please, dear.
Go ahead, go on.
Mr. Howard, these men are from the police.
The police?
Well, bless Peter Hanley.
Oh, no, you... Yes, I do.
Dollar, are you all right? Those shots, Johnny.
Hiya, Pete.
Huh? Oh, thank heavens. Thank heavens.
Yeah, looks like he's okay, Mr. Hanley. But, Dollar, what under the sun did you do to our friend Howard here?
Well, we had a little argument, Sergeant. I'll tell you all about it, and then you can haul him off to the clink.
Oh? Hey, listen, if you've got something on Howard, you'll be our friend for life.
Sergeant, I've got plenty.
Good, because, brother, we've been trying to catch up with him for years.
Oh, incidentally, have you got a cell for Mrs. Merrill, too?
You bet we have.
Expense account item 2, $50 in legal fees to make a deposition so I won't have to hang around for a trial or 2 or 3. And I have a sneaking suspicion that Howard and Merrill and his wife are going to have a long, long time to think things over. Expense account total, including additional mileage on my rental car and the trip back to Hartford, $218 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
There are some men who, after being practically pushed into the service, find their element and commit heroic deeds. Frank Luke was that sort of young man. Soon after the United States entered World War I, Luke was taunted by his patriotic family into joining up. He was commissioned a second lieutenant after completing his flight training with the Signal Corps Air Service, that small beginning of today's mighty Air Force. Lieutenant Luke found it difficult to accept the discipline so necessary in the military. When he got to France and was assigned to the English Spads, his attitude worried his commanding officer. But Luke's performance in the air didn't. In less than 2 months in aerial combat, he accounted for 7 enemy aircraft and earned himself the nickname of Balloon Buster for knocking down 11 or 12 of those menaces to the ground troops, the observation balloons. For his gallant action in the face of great danger and overwhelming odds, he was awarded 2 Distinguished Service Crosses and the Medal of Honor. Shortly before the end of the war, Lieutenant Frank Luke made his last heroic combat flight. After having just returned from a sizzling air battle, he refueled his Spad and took off on an extra duty mission. Pursued by 8 enemy planes, he shot down 3 balloons. He was wounded, and his plane was so badly damaged in the action that he had to make a forced landing in a German cemetery. Perhaps the irony of it struck him at the time. When called upon to surrender, he preferred to open fire with his automatic and fight to the death, though he was only 21 years of age. Lieutenant Frank Luke may have had trouble adjusting to the military life, but when he did, he was a gallant fighter and a credit to his country.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a quiet little fishing pier on the coast of California. Only they call it the Pier of Death. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Paula Winslow, Ben Wright, Jack Crucian, Jack Edwards, Marvin Miller, and Joseph Kearns. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Mr. Dollar.
Hi, yourself. Who's that?
You know, Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Sure, up here in East North Weldon.
East North what?
And I saved up the money for this long-distance call from my newspapers. Use my own money, because it's very, very
I'm sure it is, but now you haven't told me Jimmy who.
Jimmy Carter. You remember the artist.
Artist?
I helped you solve that case about the crook you were looking for up here. Remember?
Oh, sure, in East North Weldon, Massachusetts.
Yes, sir.
Well, what are you calling about, Jimmy?
I can help you solve another case, Mr. Dollar.
Can you? What kind?
Well, it's murder, Mr. Dollar.
What?
Yes, sir. Murder.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
The station to which you're listening right now is an affiliate of the CBS radio network. That fact makes several important differences in the kind of radio service you receive whenever your dial is set here. Take the matter of news. Over this station, you hear frequent reports gathered by the foremost broadcast news organization, CBS News. Reports supplemented by the perspective commentary of such distinguished newsmen as Edward R. Murrow, Lowell Thomas, and Eric Severide. In addition, of course, this station provides you with late local news so that you may keep up with what's happening in your community. You hear top dramatic programs, comedy, variety, and music to fit your every mood. In addition, this station provides you with further listening entertainment, courtesy of your favorite local broadcast personalities, plus the cream of today's crop of top songs. Well-balanced, highly listenable broadcast fare can come to you only through teamwork, the kind of teamwork made possible by the combined resources of CBS Radio and this station. And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Amalgamated Life Association, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Jimmy Carter matter. It was only last fall that I'd gone to the sleepy little town of East North Weldon up in Massachusetts to run down a heavily bearded man who'd stolen some money a while back from a furniture plant. It was little Jimmy Carter who'd really solved the case for me by drawing some hair and a beard on a poster. A poster of the bald-headed, clean-shaven mayor had shown him up as he looked before as the criminal. Sure, I remember Jimmy Carter.
Well, yes, sir. That's why I'm spending my own money to make this long-distance telephone call from the telephone booth here in the drugstore. Because if you come right up here right away, I can help you solve a murder.
Whose, Jimmy?
But if that murderer ever finds out that I know who he is, well, that's why I think you better come up here right away.
Yeah, well, Jimmy...
See, everybody around here, and even his own insurance company, too, they all thought he just had an accident. His name was Mr. Andrew Parkinson.
Parkinson, I see.
I'm talking kind of fast because I used up all my money in this telephone, but Mr. Dollar, I saw this other man throw him off that bridge.
Did he know you saw him?
Oh, I don't see how he could help it, but he didn't do anything about it, so, well, maybe he didn't see me after all.
All right, what's the name of this other man, the killer?
Well, his name is...
I'm sorry, sir, but your 3 minutes are up.
What?
But, gee, this is all the money I have.
I'm sorry.
Operator.
Okay, I'll hang up then.
The name, Jimmy.
Goodbye, Mr. Dollar. Will you hurry up and come?
The name of the killer.
Goodbye, sir.
No, reverse the charges. Jimmy. Operator. Operator. Expense account item 1, 10 cents, phone call to the Auto Club for some route information. Item 2, another dime for a call to Pat McCracken at Universal Adjustment Bureau. It was pretty early in the morning, but fortunately he was in his office.
Yes, Johnny?
Hey, Pat, listen. I'm driving up to Massachusetts fast as I can.
Well, good for you.
Listen, will you?
What?
Andrew Parkinson. Get that?
Yeah, Andrew Parkinson. What about him?
Well, he died a few... Well, that is...
He what?
He died, and, well, it was supposed to be an accident, but Well, anyhow, he's dead.
Johnny, easy. What's this all about?
I want to know who his insurance company is. You're a clearinghouse for that sort of information.
That's right.
Well, will you see if they have a representative or an office up in East North Weldon, Mass?
East North Weldon?
That's right. It's just east of North Weldon.
Oh, no.
You know, up north of Fitchburg.
Oh, that place I have heard of.
Well, somebody in that company called it accidental. But listen, I have reason to think it wasn't.
What?
So if I can contact whoever it is up there, and listen, Pat, there may be a kid's life at stake.
Johnny, this is about as confusing as anything.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Just get me the name of the company that insured the life of Andrew Parkinson.
Well, whatever you say.
Good.
But it may take a couple of hours.
Okay, just get it for me. I'll call you when I get up there. Item 3, $4 even for a tank full of gas. By the time I got to Fitchburg, it was a little afternoon, thanks to a slight argument with a highway policeman along the way. I made another phone call. Item 4, 55 cents.
Pat McCracken.
Did you find out that insurance company for me?
Oh, Johnny?
That's right.
Ah, yes. It's one of the smaller outfits, Johnny. Does a lot of rural business. Amalgamated Life Association.
Okay, thanks.
Policy on Andrew Parkinson was issued by their local representative, Mr. Waldo Bottomley.
They're in East North Weldon?
That's right.
Good.
And the company's report on Parkinson says that his death was accidental.
It's already been reported?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when did he die, Pat?
Day before yesterday.
And a claim's been filed?
Yes. $10,000 with a double indemnity clause.
Wait a minute. Who's the beneficiary?
Lucius R. Weatherby. Same town.
Okay, thanks a lot.
No, wait a minute, Johnny. Tell me what all
Wait,
this...
nothing. I tell you, a kid's life may be in danger.
What does a kid have to do
Sorry,
with this?
Pat, I gotta hit the road. It was after 2 p.m. when I finally pulled up in front of the combination drugstore and mercantile at the one business corner in the village of East North Weldon. One of the local citizenry, looking slightly under the weather, sat on the rickety porch of the store, hacking away at a stick of wood with an old pocket knife.
Howdy.
Hiya.
You happen to have a little drink about you, sir?
No, but listen, where's the little boy who usually sells newspapers around here?
Eh?
His name is Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, that's right, sir. Jimmy Carter.
Well, have you seen him? Do you know where he is?
Seen him this morning.
But he's not around here now.
Nope.
Do you know where I can find him?
Nope.
Do you know where he lives, where his home is?
Yeah.
Well, where?
Up the street.
Oh, sure. What street?
Spruce. North Spruce.
And the number?
18.
Okay, thanks. Listen, my name is Johnny Dollar. If you see him, please tell him I'm looking for him.
Johnny Dollar, eh?
Yeah.
You, got the price of a drink on you?
Some other time. Just be sure and tell him.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mrs. Carter?
that's right.
My name is Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, where is he? What have you done with him?
What?
Jimmy, my son Jimmy. He said he had to talk to you.
Oh, well, he did. That is, he called me on the
He's
phone.
been just sitting around the house like he was sick or something all day yesterday. And he tossed and turned all night in his sleep.
Mrs. Carter.
Then this morning he jumped up from his breakfast, only he wasn't eating any of it. And he said he had to see you. He had to talk to you. He said he'd be right back.
All right, now
but
listen.
That was early this morning. So when he didn't come back, I went to the school, but he wasn't there. So I went down to the corner where he picks up his papers every noon from the bus. But he hadn't been there.
You're sure?
The papers, the bundle of papers, they were all still there.
Now, listen, Mrs.
And he
Carter.
hasn't come back here. Something's happened to him, Mr. Dollar. Something's happened to Jimmy.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Coming up to 10 gallons, Mr. Johns. There. To check your oil filter and air filter might pay you $1,000.
How's that?
Well, haven't you heard about Fram's big silver treasure hunt?
Oh, yes. Heard something about it over my car radio this morning. What's it all about?
Well, a regular filter check is so important that Fram Corporation is paying $60,000 to get car owners to check their filters now.
$60,000 in cash?
Yeah, this is Fram's silver anniversary. Last year, 10,000 secretly numbered Fram filters were distributed all over the United States and installed in cars during regular servicing. You may have one in your car and not even know it. A Fram filter cartridge worth 1,000 silver dollars. And if you do, I get $1,000 too.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's check those filters now.
Hurry, folks. You could win up to $1,000 in cash. Join the big Fram treasure hunt. Check your car filters now.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Jimmy Carter matter.
Jimmy Carter, the cute little kid who'd helped me solve an embezzlement case up in the small New England town with the unlikely name of East North Weldon. who'd call me on the phone to report a murder. But when I got there, Jimmy was gone, disappeared.
Jimmy said he was going to talk to you, Mr. Dollar. But that was early this morning, and he hasn't come back. What did you do with him, Mr. Dollar? Where is he?
Well, I haven't seen him, Mrs. Carter.
But he said
Well,
that he
he,
was
he telephoned to me down in Hartford, asked me to come up here and see him because he asked me to come up and see him.
He idolized you, Mr. Dollar, ever since you were up here last fall. And when he said he had to talk to you, I thought you were already in town again. But I wonder what he was so anxious to see you about.
Oh, well...
And he's been acting very strangely the last day or two. Ever since poor old Mr. Parkinson fell off the bridge and was killed the other night.
How well did he know this man, Parkinson?
Oh, as well as he knew everybody in town, Mr. You don't think his disappearance this way could have anything to do with Mr. Parkinson being killed?
Oh, well, what? How? How could it?
I'm sure I don't know.
Doesn't everybody say Mr. Parkinson's death was an accident?
Yes. Yes, they do. Still.
Oh, now stop worrying, Mrs. Carter. Jimmy will show up. If he doesn't, I'll find him for you.
Oh, dear.
Sure. Jimmy's okay. He'd better be. Jimmy had said he was calling me from a booth at the drugstore. As I drove back to it, I noticed the name of the proprietor on the sign over the fly-specked window. Waldo Bottomley, the man who Pat had said was local representative for the insurance company.
There you are, Mrs. Atterbury. You just tell him to take one of these every 2 hours. By tomorrow, he'll be all right again. Yes, sir?
Mr. Bottomley?
Yes, sir.
My name is Johnny Dollar. I'm an insurance investigator.
I've heard of you, sir.
All right, good. Now, look.
But if you're here in connection with the death of Mr. Parkinson...
Yeah?
Well, in addition to representing Amalgamated Life Association, and the claim on Mr. Parkinson's insurance has already been sent down to Hartford...
I know that.
Well, I'm also the coroner hereabouts.
Then it was you who pronounced his death as accidental?
Yep, after Dr. Herbert examined the body for me.
All right, now listen to me.
Mr. Parkinson was an old man, Mr. Dollar. Had trouble with his feet. Eyesight wasn't so good either.
Mr. Bottomley...
So when he tripped against that old railing on the bridge the other night, and the railing gave way and he fell to the rocks below...
Did anybody you know of actually see him trip and fall?
Well, no, sir.
Well, I think that Parkinson was murdered. And if I can find little Jimmy Carter...
Jimmy?
Have you seen him today? Do you know where he is?
Well, now that you mention him, Mr. Dollar, he should be back from school by now and selling his papers.
I asked you, have you seen him at all today?
Early this morning he was in.
Yeah?
I changed a lot of pennies for him into nickels and dimes and quarters.
All right, and then?
And then he left.
Hey, haven't you got a... Isn't there a phone booth here in the store?
Booth is out the door, Mr. Dollar, around the side of the building.
Then you wouldn't have seen him if Jimmy went out there to make a phone call.
Only one might have seen him is old Lucius Weatherby.
Lucius Weatherby?
The town drunk.
Wait a minute. You talking about that old character sitting out front?
Oh, I've asked him not to sit there in his condition, but now that he's... Well, you see, Lucius is the beneficiary...
Yeah, wait a minute. Lucius Weatherby is the beneficiary of Parkinson's insurance.
Yep, as I was about to say.
No wonder he wouldn't tell me anything about Jimmy.
What's that, sir?
So he killed Parkinson to collect the insurance. Jimmy saw him.
And what was that?
Bottomley, I have a few questions I'd like to ask that Lucius Weatherby.
Now, wait, sir.
Yeah?
If you expect old Lucius to remember anything...
You bet I do. Plenty.
Then you'd best take along this bottle of medicinal brandy.
What?
Yes, sir. That'll be $3.75.
Well, break it over his head.
But you don't understand.
No?
He can't remember a thing unless he's had a little... Mr. Dollar!
All right, Weatherby.
Howdy. You changed your mind about buying me a little...
Oh. Where's Jimmy Carter? What did you do with him?
If you don't mind letting go of my collar, sir.
Come on, start talking.
Jimmy?
That's right. Where is he?
Well, sir, I seen him this morning.
You told me that before. Now, what did you do with him?
Well, nothing, sir. I swear.
He came out of the store this morning, went into that phone booth.
Yeah, he did do that.
Yeah, and then what? What did you do?
Now, sir, if I had a little drink, I could remember better.
Come on, you old son, answer me.
Well, he went off in that car.
Car? What car?
Well, he didn't want to, but...
Who?
Well,
who made him go off in a car?
Well, if I could just remember, it was a man.
Come on, who?
Somebody I know.
Yeah?
I'm sure I could remember if I had a little drink.
Now, you listen to me, you lion.
He's telling you the truth, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, sure he is.
Yes, sir.
But if you give him a bit of this medicinal brandy to refresh his memory, truly...
Okay, let me have it.
That'll be $3.75, if you please.
Okay, here.
I'll get you the change.
Don't bother. Because if this doesn't bring the truth out of him, so help me, I'll...
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
When friends drop in, let your hospitality show you're sociable in the modern manner. Pepsi, you know, is the favorite of the smart and young at heart.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
Have you tried a Pepsi lately? And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
The town drunk, who could only remember things with a drink under his belt. If you ask me, that's a lot of hooey. Nonetheless, item 5, $3.75 for the bottle of what the local druggists call medicinal brandy. Old Lucius Weatherby started lapping it up.
Mighty fine, sir. Mighty fine.
All right, now listen. You listen to me.
I'd better let him have a little more, Mr. Dollar, if he's to remember properly.
Yeah, a little more.
Oh, and here's your change from the
Lucius,
$5.
you say that when Jimmy walked out of the phone booth, he drove away with somebody.
Yeah.
Against his will.
Yeah.
Your change, Mr. Dollar.
Forced little Jimmy right in his car.
Who forced him?
Well, now let me see. His name was,
Yeah?
oh, you know him, Bottomley.
Think, Lucius. Think hard.
Come on.
Yeah.
Now listen, you old son. I want to...
Harvey.
Huh?
It was Harvey.
Harvey who?
Bottomley, you know everybody.
Harvey Willman?
Harvey Willman, yeah.
Who is he?
Well, he's not one of our more respected people, Mr. Dollar.
Respected.
Yeah?
And come to think of it, I believe he was a distant relative of Mr. Parkinson.
What does he do? Where does he live?
He does nothing, really. He was always trying to beg money from Mr. Parkinson. Never got it, though.
Anybody else?
I asked you, where can I find him? Where does he live?
Winterwind.
That's right. On the old farm out on Winter Avenue. You can tell it by all the new machinery out front.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Oh, your change, Mr. Dollar.
On the way out to Harvey Woolman's farm, I suddenly realized that for once in my life I'd forgotten to bring along a gun. Judging by all the equipment out front, Woolman must have gone through the Alice Chalmers catalog and taken one of everything. But the farmhouse was nothing but a one-story clapboard shack. Half hidden at the back of it was a beat-up old sedan. Come on, open up, open up. Jimmy! All right, Willman, open up this door. I'll break it down. Willman! Okay, brother, you asked for it. Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy, are you okay? Where's Harvey?
Behind you. Back at the door.
Don't move, Dollar. I was afraid the kid got that phone call through to you. Too bad for you, he did.
All right, look, Willman.
No, don't, Mr. Dollar. He'll shoot you. I know he will. He was going to kill me. He still is.
The kid's right, Dollar. Up against the wall. Face the wall. Put your hands up high against it. Go ahead.
I'm not carrying a gun, woman, if that's what you're worried about.
Now, that's something I'm going to find out for myself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That could be a mistake.
I got the gun!
Ah. Jiu-jitsu, huh?
Not this one. Oh, well. Hey, come on now, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, it's okay now. Everything's okay.
He was going to kill me. He was going to kill you.
Oh, look, you and I kind of stopped him in his tracks, didn't we? Hey, you know something, Jimmy? Now you're a real hero. Because this time you trapped a killer for me.
Gee.
Item 6, 4850 for a new sports jacket without holes in it. Yeah, Harvey Woolman had managed to get off that one shot. Item 7, $61 even, a brand new bike for Jimmy. Why? Because he saved the company from having to pay double indemnity. Expense account total, including mileage on my car, $117. Unless you'd like to tack on a little extra fee. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. If your 1957 income was more than $5,000, last year, when you filed your federal income tax report, you had to use Form 1040, the long form. Those who earned $5,000 or less were permitted to use the short form, Form 1040A, if they chose. This year, the Internal Revenue Service is offering taxpayers a new Form 1040A, a simplified form with only 15 lines to fill out. The most important difference about this new form is that those whose 1958 incomes were $10,000 or less, and if you take only standard deductions, you're now permitted to file your return on the new short form 1040A. If you earned over $10,000 during 1958 or intend to itemize your deductions or other income variations, the long form 1040 must be used. The Revenue Service again reminds you to be sure to attach all W-2 withholding tax certificates pertaining to your earnings to the form you intend to file. Send your return to the District Director of Internal Revenue at the appropriate district office. Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, San Francisco, a wonderful town. Yeah, for a murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Dick Beals, Larry Dobkin, Forrest Lewis, Edgar Barrier, and Jack Crucian. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking. A father goes to extremes to protect a demented son as Suspense follows next on the CBS Radio Network.
WROW, Albany, New York.
Everything is going at Henry S. Mantel's in Latham. Everything must be gone by Tuesday night. Going. Everything must go.
Yes, the values are going at Henry S. Mantel's of Latham. Mantel's is closing its Latham store forever. Everything is being sold at cost or less. Save up to 87% on these famous names: Simmons, Haywood Wakefield, Kraler, Lane, and many others. Here are just two of the fantastic values at Mantel's. A three-piece Kraler curved sectional living room suite, regularly $279.95, now $148.77. Inner spring mattresses, all sizes, regularly $29.95, now $17.95. Come out to Mantel's and make an offer. No reasonable offer refused. Remember, Mantel's of Latham closes its doors forever at 10 p.m. Tuesday, March 31st. Convenient terms and free delivery within a 100-mile radius at Mantel's of Latham, south of the Latham Shopping Center, open until 10 p.m. 5:30.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
George Reed here.
Oh, hi, George. How are things at Floyd's of England?
Very good, as a matter of fact. Very good.
Well, now, it can't all be good, or you wouldn't be calling me.
Well, to tell the truth, I do have a small problem.
Figures.
No, figure is the word, singular.
Huh?
A small figure, a statuette belonging to Mrs. Dora Harkness Ballin down in New York.
Ballin?
Yes, terribly wealthy, but a real eccentric.
So what's happened?
The little statue I mentioned, it's gone, disappeared.
Oh? What's it worth?
Insured value is $26.50.
Wow.
$26.50.
Huh? $26.50 wouldn't even cover my expense account.
Well, it just happens that she carries hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of personal property insurance with us. But for some reason or other, she attaches particular value to this statuette.
Oh, I get it. You're afraid that if we don't go through the motions of trying to find it, she might take her insurance elsewhere.
Precisely.
Real important to you, huh?
Very.
Then I take it I won't have to be chintzy with the old expense account.
Well, now, Johnny...
Okay, George, I'll be in touch.
Bob Bailey in the intriguing adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the doting dowager matter. Expense account item 1, $7.90, taxi, train fare, and incidentals, Hartford to New York. Item 2, $1 even for a cab from Grand Central Station to the address of Mrs. Dora Harkness Ballin over on East 73rd Street. It turned out to be one of New York's famous old brownstone houses, well preserved and reeking of an era long gone by. A uniformed butler ushered me into a large, high-ceilinged drawing room, and I could hardly believe my eyes. Ornate pre-Victorian furnishings, heavy red velvet draperies, huge lamps and crystal chandeliers, oil paintings all over the place, and gilded mirrors. Pretty fabulous.
If you will be kind enough to wait here, Mr. Dollar, I shall tell Mrs. Ballin that you have arrived.
Thank you.
I know that she'll want to see you. Oh, excuse me, Master Harold.
It's all right, Higgins. Has the mail come in?
Would you like me to check, sir?
Yes, good idea. You know how Aunt Dora likes to see it the minute it gets here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the mail. The dear old common everyday mail. You're here to see Mrs. Ballin?
That's right. I'm Johnny Dollar.
I'm Hal Winters, her nephew.
Hi. Say, tell me something.
Yes?
About this little statue that's missing.
You mean that little chunk of pot metal that's disappeared?
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yes, just a piece of junk. But a couple of months ago, Aunt Dora decided it looked like her grandfather when he was a general back in the Civil War.
Oh? Why does she value it so highly?
I expect the general was the only Ballin who had guts enough to do anything on his own.
What do you mean?
I mean, instead of just living off the family shipping fortune. So when she suddenly decided the statue looked like the general, Johnny Dollar, did you say?
That's right.
The insurance investigator?
Yes.
Well, now, why should she bother you with it?
I don't know.
Truly, Mr. Dollar, it's not worth it. If I were you, I'd forget it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd better see if the morning mail has arrived.
Hal, just when did the statue disappear and from where?
Tana discovered it missing from the reception room yesterday morning. Now, if you'll pardon me...
Was the house broken into?
Possibly. But there was no sign of it.
How about guests?
No, we haven't had guests for a week or more.
How many servants are there?
Mr. Dollar, perhaps there's something I'd better tell you about that statue.
The statue of the general? I tell you, Mr. Dollar, you are Mr. Dollar, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
I tell you that if you don't find out who stole it and get it back, I'll cancel every bit of my insurance. Sit down.
Thank you.
Harold, my dear, ring for Higgins and have him see if the morning mail has come.
I was about to go out and look for it myself, Tana.
Let Higgins do it.
It's quite all right. I don't mind.
I said let Higgins do it.
Well, all right. But if you'll excuse me now.
Oh? Why?
Why, I'd like to go up to my room for a moment.
To call up that girlfriend of yours again? Sit down.
Yes, Tana.
You and that girl, that Nancy Gavin. She'd like to take you away from me, wouldn't she?
Aunt Dora.
Where would you go? What would you live on? And what would I do?
Darling, I hardly think this is the proper
Much as
time.
I like Nancy Gavin, I see no reason why I should let her take you away from me. Do you?
Mrs. Ballin, about the statue.
Yes, of course. Mr. Dollar, you are to leave no stone unturned.
Wow, now tell me.
I beg your pardon, Mum.
Oh, Higgins, why do you sneak in on us this way? Well, what is it?
The mail just arrived, and knowing you'd want to see it.
Give it to Harold.
Yes, here, I'll take care of it. Well?
What letter?
No postmark.
But?
And it's so badly scrawled in pencil.
Well, don't bother Aunt Dora with it now.
But it's marked personal, sir.
Well, then let me have it.
Yes, ma'am.
Tonta.
You may go now, Higgins.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, Tonta, suppose you let me see what it's all about.
Be quiet, Harold. Now, Mr. Dollar.
Well, first of all, I'd like you to tell me... Oh, what's the matter, Mrs. Ballon?
Aunt Dora, what is it?
This letter.
Yes?
It's a ransom note.
Ransom?
For the return of the statuette, the general. They want $75,000.
What?
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
This letter, Mr. Dollar.
Maybe you'd better let me see it, Mrs. Ballon.
It's a ransom note demanding $75,000 for the return of my statuette of the general.
$75,000?
Yes, Harold.
Oh, they can't be serious.
For that little piece of pot metal?
Sure, they must be out of their minds.
I beg your pardon.
What?
That statue means everything to me. It happens to be a memento of my grandfather, the famous General Horace Harkness Ballon. At least it looks like him.
But good heavens, Aunt Dora, $75,000.
Oh? Do you object because it will mean that much less for you when I die, Harold?
Of course not. I wasn't even thinking of such a thing.
Well, don't. At your age, with your lack of experience and getting along on your own, money like that would only do you harm.
Would it?
Yes. You'd probably leave me, strike out on your own, perhaps even marry, and heaven only knows what would happen.
Mrs. Ballon, are you really serious about paying this ransom?
I have the money. I have it right here in the safe. And if it will bring back the general...
Look, why don't you let me see what I can do about it first?
And have it destroyed?
Destroyed?
Well, here, read the letter.
It was the usual sort of thing, poorly written on cheap paper and scribbled in pencil. And it simply said that the money in unmarked bills was to be turned over to her nephew, Harold. That instructions for its delivery would be given to him later, secretly. That if he then divulged the place and manner in which he was to make the payment, his life would be in danger.
Don't you see, Mr. Dollar? If we don't do as they say, they might kill him.
It further said that if the police were brought in, the statue would be destroyed.
I have no choice, Mr. Dollar. I'll pay the ransom.
Tonta.
Harold, you will take it to them, whoever they are, when you receive their instructions.
They've threatened me.
Only if we don't obey instructions.
All right, now look, Mrs. Ballon.
Yes, Tonta, listen to Mr. Dollar.
I have told you I must have the general back at any cost. Very well. No one is to leave this house, except Harold, of course, when he is told to by the kidnapper.
Mrs. Ballon, I won't let you do this.
You what?
It's utter nonsense for you to consider paying out that kind of money for a cheap little piece of junk that can't possibly be worth anything to whoever took it. Except, perhaps, for its effect on you.
I told you, young man, it's the one priceless memento I have of the great General Ballon.
Yeah, you told me.
Very well. You are here on my orders, are you not?
Well, yes.
All right. Then you will remain subject to my orders. Very well now.
Hi, everybody.
Nancy.
Well, what's everybody looking so glum about? Hi, sweetie.
Nancy, sure.
Hello, Mrs. Ballon.
Miss Gavin? Mr. Dollar, this is Nancy Gavin, a friend of Harold.
Johnny Dollar?
Hi.
Hey, I know about you.
Nancy, dear.
You come to find that whatchamacallit that Mrs. Ballon lost?
It was stolen.
Okay, stolen.
And the kidnappers are demanding $75,000 ransom.
That's easy. Pay it.
I shall. And Nancy, you are to stay right here in this house until this whole thing is over with.
Auntie, I don't mind that a bit. do we, Hal?
Forward, wench.
Seriously, Auntie, when are you going to let Hal marry me? Get out on his own.
And leave me? Do you think for 1 minute that my precious Harold would do that?
Why don't you answer that, Hal?
Mr. Dollar, this is none of your business. It has nothing whatsoever to do with the reason for your being here.
You know something, Mrs. Ballon? I'm beginning to think you're wrong.
You came here to find the statue that was stolen from me.
That's right. And maybe I'm on the track of it now. So how about it, Hal? Would you leave your aunt if you could? It was a wild guess, but the more I thought about it, the more I decided that Harold Winter's answer might solve this case for me. Yeah? And that Mrs. Ballon would be pretty shocked when I put my finger on the thief, the writer of that ransom note. But you know something? I was dead wrong.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the doting dowager matter.
Mr. Dollar, this is none of your business. It has nothing whatsoever to do with the reason for your being here.
You know something, Mrs. Ballon? I'm beginning to think you're wrong. So answer the question, Hal. Would you leave your aunt if you could?
Yes. Yes, I would.
What?
You bet he would, Aunt Dora. You know he would. If you'd just break down and admit he's no longer a child to be tied to your apron string.
Nancy.
Give him a break and enough money to get by for a week or two, and he'll show you. Don't you want him to amount to anything?
Of course I do.
Well, he can't as long as you keep him tied up to you this way.
But he needs me.
Does he? Maybe he needs somebody like me. Somebody who loves him and will help him get somewhere. Help him to accomplish the things he can accomplish.
You do love him, don't you?
You bet I do.
But so do I. And he loves me.
He'd love you a lot more if he weren't so tied down to you.
Harold?
It's true, Aunt Dora.
I never knew you even thought about leaving me. About going out on your own, as you put it.
Because you never gave me a chance. Because you never thought of anyone but yourself. I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar.
What?
I mean that you've had to become involved in a family fight.
Well, I'm not. Because now I think I know where to look for that statuette.
Oh? Well, I wish you luck. Come, Nancy, I want to talk to you.
Sure, honey, I want to talk to you, too.
Now, wait just a minute.
No, Mr. Dollar, let them go.
Yeah,
because I want to talk to you.
Now, look, isn't it pretty obvious? I knew that something was wrong when I first got here. Hal hadn't known you were going to call me in. So that when he saw me here... You didn't?
No. It was my kind, thoughtful butler Higgins who called your insurance company. And he shouldn't have.
The fact remains that when Hal saw me here, he tried to stop that ransom note he'd planted in your mail.
Oh, now, wait,
Now,
please.
about that ransom note. It was badly written, much too badly written, by someone who was trying to hide his identity. I'll wager that paper it was scribbled on came from right here in this house.
Probably.
And I'll bet that if I accuse him of it, Hal will break down and admit that he wrote it.
Wait, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah?
I devoted many years to the care and upbringing of my nephew.
I realize that.
In the hope that he would someday go out on his own, accomplish something himself.
Well, now listen.
I know. Perhaps over the years I made him too dependent on
I'd say
me.
yes to that.
But that's because I am as I am and I can't change. But I kept hoping that he would change. That somehow, sometime, he would make just one desperate move to break away from me. But it would have to be of his own doing.
So?
For years, people have called me eccentric. And I've enjoyed the reputation. So I made a fuss over that cheap little statuette that I picked up in Coney Island one time as a child.
Huh?
Of course. That was the only sentimental value it had.
But according to Harold...
Oh, now, should I have picked one of the valuable artworks, paintings, or sculptures that I really care about, in my selfish way, for this little experiment?
So you gave the worthless statuette the big build-up?
Yes. And he fell for it. He believed that if it was stolen, I'd give almost anything to get it back. And then finally, he got up enough nerve to do something about it.
Now, just a minute. What you're telling me is that you're tickled pink that you've made a thief out of him.
I'm tickled pink that he's finally shown some guts and gumption. And you can't call him a thief over that piece of junk.
But it has a price of $75,000 on it. That's what he'll be stealing if you give him that money and let him walk out of here with it.
No, he won't.
What else can you call it?
I like to be eccentric, remember?
Oh, Mrs. Ballin.
So the note I'll enclose with it, you know, when he tells me he's received instructions about where and how it's to be delivered.
What note?
In it I'll say, Dear Harold, the best of luck to you and Nancy. I hope you'll be tremendously happy. And I hope that now and then you'll drop in on your loving and now somewhat lonesome Aunt Dora.
I see.
Oh, and I think I'll enclose a few extra thousand, just in case. And as a kind of extra wedding present.
Extra wedding present?
Of course. The statuette. I certainly don't want them to bring that atrocity back here.
Oh, no, well, don't.
Wait. Yes, dear?
I just wondered if Mr. Dollar has decided how he wants to proceed with his investigation.
Well, Mr. Dollar?
Hal, after getting what information I could from your aunt, what little information I could.
Yes?
Hal, I've decided to give up the case.
Yes, Harold. You may as well show Mr. Dollar to the door.
Whatever you say, Tonto.
Yeah. Goodbye, Mrs. Ballin. Oh, and maybe you'd better phone the insurance company about the extra fee I'm to get on this case.
Oh, I did. Right after Higgins told me he'd called them.
But if he's giving up the case, dear...
Show him to the door, Harold.
Yes. This way, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah. Thanks. Now you listen, Hal.
I can tell by your look that you've learned something, Mr. Dollar.
I have.
Perhaps even more than I know. So, look here.
Huh?
Do you think this will do for the sequel to the ransom note?
What?
You know, the instructions about where I'm to take the money.
Oh, now wait a minute. You mean to say... You mean you knew...
Are you kidding? That's why I tried to discourage you in the beginning.
But will somebody please tell me why?
Tanta, just being herself. You don't think for a minute she'd have just handed me the money, would have admitted she wants Nancy and me to get hitched. Don't you see? That would spoil her reputation for being an eccentric. Oh, and if you like, I'll send you the statuette when this is all over, as a souvenir.
Well, I'll be... Believe me, I've handled some pretty wanky cases over the years. But this was by long odds the wankiest. And yet, why complain when it's a good living? Expense account total, including all the incidentals I could think of, and fare back to Hartford. What? $17.80. Tommy. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. Our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, well, if you've ever read the personal columns of your newspaper, you'll surely want to hear it. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Eleanor Audley, G. Stanley Jones, Eric Snowden, and Sam Edwards. Be sure to join us next week.
Johnny Dollar.
Well, now, how do you, Johnny? This is Ripley Tita, Worldwide Mutual Insurance.
Well, hi, Rip. How's dear old Memphis, Tennessee?
Finest town on God's green earth, Johnny. Always was, always will be.
Well, now, when did you join the Chamber of Commerce?
What, sir?
Say, isn't it just about time for your big annual celebration?
Oh, you're too late, Johnny. The Cotton Carnival's all over and done with for this year.
Now, you should have called me sooner.
Well, now, why, Johnny? These fine people here in Memphis never give us any trouble.
Well, what are you calling about?
Trouble, Johnny. Real big trouble.
I thought you just finished telling me.
Yeah, I did, Johnny. This little problem I'm calling about happens to be over in the nearby town of Somerville.
Well, now make up your mind, Rip.
What's it?
Which is it, a little problem or big trouble?
Well, now, I suppose that kind of depends on just how you look at it, Johnny.
Look at what?
Murder?
Murder?
Yes, sir. Murder.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company, Memphis office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the stock in trade matter. It was bright and early in the day. I was able to make an immediate plane reservation, so expense account item 1 is $72.75 airfare to Memphis, Tennessee. And by shortly afternoon, we started circling for a landing over the big industrial city there on the eastern bank of Ole Miss. Soon as I cleared my baggage at the airport, I spent item 2, $6.25, for a taxi into Ripley Tito's office on Union Street near 3rd.
Taxi, Johnny? Now, why didn't you all just rent yourself a car at the airport? Well, sit down.
Thanks.
I'll have my secretary get one for you.
Yes, sir?
Maribel, honey, have one of those nice rental cars brought around front for Mr. Dollar, huh?
What time?
Right away. Thank you, honey.
You mentioned something about a town called Somerville.
Yeah, about 45 miles sort of east of him.
What happened over there?
Like I told you on the telephone, Johnny, murder. And the deceased is a client of ours named Volney Beauregard Exum.
That's a mouthful.
That's 3 mighty fine old family names, Johnny.
That figures.
Yes, sir. Anyhow, early this morning, his housekeeper found him laying over his desk with his head bashed in.
Have the police over there any theories, anything to go on?
No, sir, not a thing. No fingerprints on that heavy andiron that was used on him. No clues of any kind, nothing. So that's why I think maybe you ought to go over there and take a look around.
How big a town is Somerville?
Oh, less than a couple of thousand, I guess.
I see.
Now, that used to be the heart of some real important plantation country. That's where the Exum money came from, Johnny, from cotton. But by the time it got down to Volney Beauregard, well, he was still living in the old plantation house, but most of the property around all been sold off.
In other words, old Exum wasn't worth very much money.
And I'm afraid that's true, Johnny. But he somehow managed to keep up the payments on his insurance.
How much?
Well, face value, $35,000.
Mm-hmm.
I don't rightly know just where he got his living income from. Of course, after the war, when some of these fine old Southern families had to sell off their land, they made some investments and things.
You mean the Civil War, Rip?
I said the war, didn't I?
Go on.
Well, anyhow, I don't really know where he got his living money, except maybe from his kinfolk.
Well, that brings up the question of beneficiary.
Those very same kinfolk, Johnny, the only ones he got left.
Who are they?
Well, no wife or young uns of his own, so let's see here on his policy. Just a niece and a couple of nephews, Johnny. Now, let's see, there's Clarabelle Otway Exum.
You have her address there?
Let's see.
Well, just let me use this scratch pad. I'll copy the policy.
Yeah, go right ahead. And like you see, she lives right here in town. Works in a 5 and dime, I understand. And there's a nephew, also named Volney Beauregard Exum. Lives down in Corpus Christi, Texas, yeah, see?
All right, I got it.
Then there's other nephew named Culpepper Van Buren Oglethorpe right there in Somerville. Works at a real estate office. Although it beats me how he makes a living at it. Yeah, that's all, Johnny. Just those three.
Okay. In other words, they're the only ones who will benefit by Exum's death, huh?
Well, now, that's right, Johnny, but surely you don't think one of them could have killed him?
Why not?
Fine old Southern family like that?
Did he have any enemies that you know about?
Fine old man like Volney Beauregard Exum?
Did he have many friends?
Well, no. No, I guess he didn't, really. Kind of just kept to himself, living out his days there on the plantation house. All alone with just his pride, just living out his days.
Now, you mentioned a housekeeper.
Yeah, well, Miss Dollar Cato just did some day work for him. And don't you go suspecting her, Johnny. Why, she couldn't hurt a fly.
Well, you are a lot of help. Well, maybe I better not suspect anybody, huh?
That's right. Well, no. What I mean to say
now,
is...
35,000, three beneficiaries.
Yes, sir.
Equal?
Yes, sir.
So maybe 11, 12,000 apiece. That's not very much.
Well, now, I understand they'll share the rest of the estate, too.
Oh, what do you think that plantation's worth?
That old rundown house and the little bitty piece of land where it sits, maybe 10,000's all.
No idea what kind of money old Exum had to live on, where it came from?
No, bank accounts or nothing, Johnny. Even paid cash premiums on his insurance. I guess he didn't like banks and such.
Well, you sure don't give me much to go on. One more question. Did the killer ransack the house?
Well, no, not that I know of. So maybe you better take a look, huh?
Yeah, Rip, I think I'd better.
Proud we are, we being the CBS radio network, to be able to bring you on this station each weekday the songs of Bing Crosby and Rosemary Clooney. In addition to the sparkling Bing Crosby, Rosemary Clooney show, we're equally delighted to present at the same time each weekday the assorted talents of Art Linkletter, the house party man, Gary Moore and Durward Kirby, and the rousing Arthur Godfrey Time. There's no business like show business, and nowhere else such a fine sampling of same than on this blockbuster CBS Radio Network Entertainment Fest. The nicest thing about it is, should you miss any or all of these great stars on a Monday, you can catch right up with them the next day, or any weekday you're so minded. Remember, nowhere else can you enjoy each and every weekday the Bing Crosby, Rosemary Clooney show, the conversational gifts of Gary Moore and his perfect foil, Durward Kirby, the kids, comedy, and cut-ups of Art Linkletter's House Party, and the air of glee with gusto that's a specialty of Arthur Godfrey Time.
Before driving to Somerville to look over the scene of the crime, I checked up on Mr. Exum's niece, Clarabelle. I found her in the stockroom of the 5 and 10 where she worked. She was a thin, wan-looking girl of about 30 with long, black, stringy hair badly set in a knot that bobbed about the back of her neck as she talked in a high, nasal voice that fairly set my teeth on edge.
Excuse me while I set this box of ribbons.
Sure.
And if you all want the truth, Mr. Dollar, I am just as glad as I can be that old Uncle Volney died.
He was murdered, Miss Exum.
Well, he's gone anyhow. And when I get my share from his insurance and that property, I can pay all my bills and buy myself some fancy new clothes and lots of things.
Well, then you're not at all sorry about this?
Of course not. He had nothing to live for anyhow, Mr. Dollar. All alone out there in that house by herself, nobody to talk to except poor Miss Cato 2-3 times a week when she come to clean.
Poor Mrs. Cato. How poor, Clarabelle?
Oh, well, actually, she probably has more money than Uncle Volney ever had. Kind of some of her kinfolks dying and leaving all that big property over to Whiteville. See, she was a Buford on her widowed sister's husband's side.
Yeah, well...
And when her cousin Sally Mae, she had some Buford blood and kin, too.
I see.
And when she died, with all the money and things from her cousin once removed... Oh, and now, wait a minute. He was her father's nephew's half-brother, is what it was.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I'll take your word for it. Now, this Mrs. Cato, if she had money, why did she work as a housekeeper?
Oh, just out of pity for Uncle Volney, him being all alone and all.
Didn't you ever go out to see him?
He never did want to see me, did he?
I wouldn't know.
No. All he cared about was sitting there counting his money and keeping his relatives from getting any of it, except maybe Culpepper. And now we'll get it anyhow, Mr. Dollar.
Where did his money come from, Clarabelle?
Don't you know, Mr. Dollar?
No.
Well, now that's funny.
All right, so it's funny. Now, where did the money come from?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you did. Now, excuse me, I gotta get these boxes put away. Lest the boss comes back here and sees me just sitting and talking. Boss don't hold much with sitting and talking.
More questions, more useless answers. Little old Clarabelle simply didn't know anything that might be helpful to me, and didn't care. Except, that is, for whatever money might be coming to her. Maybe the Exum family was smart and prosperous once. But if she was any criterion, they'd done mighty poorly in the last couple of generations. I knew this. If she'd had anything to do with her uncle's death, she'd probably have left signs all over the place. So I drove on over to Somerville to the Exum home. Or rather, what was left of it. 100 years ago, it might have been a mansion. But now, it was just a wreck. 2 of the 8 big columns on the front had fallen and simply left there to rot away in the sun and rain. Windows were broken and stuffed with newspapers to keep out the draft. There hadn't been a paint job in 20 years, at least. What little was left was cracked and peeling. The yard was nothing but weeds and moss, and a thick matting of leaves that never had been raked from under the big trees that were hung heavily with Spanish moss. At the door, I was met by a Sergeant Aiken of the local police.
Real glad to see you, Mr. Johnny. That Mr. Teeter from the insurance company phoned you'd be here. Come on in, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant. I'd like to see just where and how Mr. Exum was murdered.
Yes, sir. Right in here in the library. Only I guess the old man must have sold off all his books a long time ago. Now, here, sir. You see, here, he was kind of sprawled across the desk there. What's left of it. With that tin box by him pried open.
Where is the body now?
Well, it's in town for the autopsy, him being all alone when he was murdered.
His housekeeper wasn't here?
She's the one come in early this morning to do her work and found him laying here dead.
I see. Go on.
Well, it's all pretty obvious, Mr. Johnny. Somebody just come in here, found him sitting here with this little tin box in front of him.
What was in it? May I touch it?
Oh, yeah, might as well. We couldn't find a single fingerprint on it. Not even Mr. Exum.
No prints at all?
No, sir, no prints at all. Chief, he knows about them things. He went around with a kit for prints, dust and everything. Yeah, whoever did this must have worn gloves and also wiped off everything he touched just to be absolutely sure. Yeah, must have been real careful.
I see.
Yeah, even this heavy andiron he used to kill him with. Chief even checked the doorknobs, everything else for prints.
Any idea, then, how the killer might have got in?
Well, Chief and I have been through the place with a fine-tooth comb, Mr. Johnny. You ask me, the old man must have let him in.
When?
Doc says he's killed sometime late last night.
Late?
Yes, that's right.
Well, then, from what I've heard about Mr. Exum, it had to be somebody that he knew pretty well.
Yes, sir. We're trying to find anybody he knew that well, this old recluse. Anybody he'd let in at night, well, yeah, the chief had a couple of the boys working on to her, but I don't see how they're going to come up with anybody.
Any idea what might have been in this old tin box?
Well, probably whatever money the old man had on hand.
Where'd he get his money, Sergeant?
Now, that's a good question, Mr. Johnny. I know he never had any bank accounts, but he would cash a check now and then.
Well, if he had no account, I can't...
He never sold any real estate for the last 25 years. Didn't have any to sell except this old place here.
Well, this box certainly couldn't hold enough to keep him going for... Oh, wait a minute. What's this?
Looks like a couple of pieces of paper stuck there in the hinge.
There's a corner of something torn off. Let's see if I can get it out without more tearing.
Them corners weren't tore off of any money, that's for sure.
No, this looks like a sort of parchment paper that's used for an insurance policy. Or maybe that's where his money came from.
What you thinking of, Mr. Johnny?
Two possibilities, Sergeant. One, the obvious one, that he had a lot of money hidden away in some secret place around this house.
Well, now, we thought of that.
On the other hand, if these torn-off corners, freshly torn, too, I believe, if they mean what I... Now, listen, there's a nephew living right here in Somerville, isn't there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, there is.
Big enough to have wielded this heavy andiron so effectively?
What, sir?
Well, certainly Clarabelle couldn't have done it.
Mr. Johnny, you talking about his own kinfolk.
Besides, she's too stupid to have covered her tracks.
Well, now, if you're talking about stupid...
Yeah?
Well, that nephew on his mother's side, that Culpepper Oglethorpe living here in town, I mean the one supposed to be working at real estate, but he ain't. He ain't doing anything. All he ever got was from his uncle.
Go on, Sergeant.
Well, he's so stupid that maybe he would kill one of his own kin.
Where is he?
Of course, I suppose so. Most anybody kills for money, though.
Where will I find him?
And you know, none of them three had any use for old Exum. And only one of the boys could have used this heavy andiron.
Sergeant.
And with Culpepper, the only one of the boys near enough to do it, you know.
All right, where is he?
Oh.
What?
All I said was, oh.
Come on, Sergeant.
No, sir, Mr. Johnny. Culpepper didn't do it.
Well, how do you know? How can you be sure?
Well, it seems he had some trouble a couple of weeks ago. Pulled a knife on a man.
Well, then he is the type.
He may be the type, Mr. Johnny, but, well, ever since he's been locked up in jail. Still is.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Frustrating case, this one. There was nothing I could really put my finger on. The Somerville police were doing just as much as I was and were accomplishing just as much. Nothing. What about the other nephew, who also bore the name of Volney Beauregard Exum? Rip had mentioned that he lived in Corpus Christi, down in Texas.
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnny. 5, 6 years, I'd say.
What does he do down there, Sergeant?
Well, I don't know that, sir. All I know is he had a fight with his uncle once. Mr. Exum gave him money to get out of town, so he did. He hasn't been back.
I wonder.
When I phoned him there in Corpus this morning and told him what happened, he said he was sorry that he couldn't get down here. He was pretty tied up, but he'd be glad to pay for a decent funeral.
I'm sure he would. Because of these torn-off corners of paper are what I think they are.
Yeah, it looks to me like young Volney Exum's the only one that's any good of them three. Yes, sir. I mean, if he can afford a nice funeral for somebody...
You bet he can. Now, listen, Sergeant, maybe I'm all wrong in playing a hunch that one of his relatives killed the old man, but it's all I've got to go on.
I'll say this, Mr. Johnny. A hunch is no kind of proof.
I know, and proof is what I need. But even without it, I'm going down to Corpus Christi. And then... Now, believe me, I'll be the first to admit it. To admit that luck, sheer luck, is what helped me to solve this one. It came by way of a pile of letters just inside the mail slot by the front door. On top was an envelope with a familiar company name across the upper left-hand corner. Intrastate Telephone Company. Before the sergeant could stop me, I tore it open. And sure enough, a dividend check for $250. With Intrastate Telephone paying 50 cents a share, and I know because I own some of that stock myself, here was a dividend on some 500 shares, over $40,000 worth. All right, expense account item 3, after a mad drive back to Memphis, $51.50, plane fare to Corpus Christi. It was late by then. So item 4 is $22 even, and that includes a cab into the Robert Driscoll Hotel, cocktails, and dinner, and my room bill for the night. First thing in the morning... At a brokerage office on Lawrence Street, I was talking to my old friend Wayne Stockser.
Well, to answer them in order, Johnny, I'm fine, thank you. And I do think ours is the biggest stockbroker's office here in town. And yes, we do have a client by the unlikely name of Volney Beauregard Exum. But it's a very small account, though.
Is he a young fellow, Wayne?
Oh, I'd say somewhere in his 30s. He's been my customer about 5 years now.
Does he own much in stocks?
Well, now,
Now,
John.
Wayne, I have got to know, does he buy or sell in lots of 100, 500 shares at a time, maybe?
Exum? Now, look, Johnny, I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know
this
how it
business-
is. A client's business is confidential.
Why don't you ask him?
What?
He called a little while ago. Seems that he has some old securities that he wants to cash in. And he... Oh, wait a minute. There it comes now.
Intrastate telephone.
Well, that's right. How the world did you ever... right over here, Mr. Exum.
All right, now, I'll sit over here at this other desk. Now, pay no attention to me.
Look, Johnny, I don't understand. Morning, Mr. Exum.
Morning, Mr. Stark, sir.
Sit down, won't you?
Thank you, sir.
Now, then, are these the two certificates that you want to cash in?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. All right. We'll just sign these over to us. You can sign right here, if you will. I believe there's a little ink in that pen.
Right here, sir.
That's right. That's quite a bit to sell all at once.
I know.
I must say, I didn't realize that you had this sort of business.
I want cash for these, Mr. Stark, sir.
All in cash?
Got to make a business trip. Maybe gone sometime.
Well, I don't know, Mr. Exum. Let's see. This would come to over 40,000.
Now, look here, sir. I'm an old customer.
Yes, I know that's true.
So, here you are. Just get me the cash and I'll be on my way.
Don't bother, Wayne.
What, Johnny?
I said don't bother. Just call a policeman.
Well, who are you, sir?
Call a cop, Wayne. These signatures are forgeries.
What are you talking about? You trying to say that I'm not Volney Beauregard Exum? You tell him, Stark, sir.
This is Volney Beauregard Exum, Johnny.
Sure it is, Wayne, but these signatures are forgeries.
You're crazy.
They were stolen from his uncle up in Memphis, also named Volney Beauregard Exum, and they were stolen from him when this man murdered him.
Murdered him?
You think you can prove that?
I can prove it, Exum.
Now, listen
with
here.
2 little pieces of paper that you left behind in a tin box where your uncle kept these stock certificates.
No, I didn't leave anything.
Look, you see how these corners tore off fit perfectly on these certificates?
I thought I took everything. I
mean after you killed him?
Yes, I know. Let me out of here.
Stop him, Johnny. Stick around. Exum. You want to call the police now, Wayne?
Yeah. Sure.
What Exum didn't know, of course, was that Wayne would have done a lot of investigating before handing over all that money. In spite of the way that he'd carried a small account with the firm, set things up for the murder and robbery. Expense account total, including the trip back to Memphis and then back to Hartford, we'll call it $325 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the cleverest rackets in jewelry that I ever saw. Over $1 million worth. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone. Produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr. Musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Wendell Holmes as the police sergeant, Joan Loring as Clara Bell, Robert Dryden as Ripley Teeter, Mandel Kramer as Wayne Stockseth, and Ralph Dell as Volney Beauregard Exum. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, this is Timothy Hanley.
Hanley.
That's right, Amalgamated Life Association.
I see.
I need your services.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Hanley.
Will you run down here and see me right away?
Well, Mr. Hanley, I was just about to leave here and grab a plane for New York.
Fine.
From
Then
there,
you
I'm
stop
heading
in
south to one of my
at
favorite
what?
fishing spots in South Carolina where I... What was that?
I said fine. I'll expect you in a couple of hours then.
Well, no, I'm going fishing. I'm on my way to South Carolina.
We're at 500 Fifth Avenue. you
Mr.
know.
Hanley.
I'll be here waiting for you, Mr. Dollar.
Now, listen, will you? Mr. Hanley? Hanley? Hello?
Oh, fine.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Amalgamated Life Association, New York City office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the morning after matter. I wasn't kidding. After breaking my neck over more than my share of tough cases during a long, hard winter, I felt entitled to a few days of relaxation, of fishing, at the old Arundel plantation down near Georgetown, South Carolina. So what if this Timothy Hanley did have some problem requiring investigation? Important enough to call off a well-deserved fishing trip? Not for me. Okay, then, expense account item 1 is $11 for a cab to Bradley Field and a plane to New York. Item 2, when I got there, is $5.85 for a taxi into Penn Station for my train to South Carolina. But then, sucker that I am. Well, item 3 is $1 even for another cab. This one to 500 Fifth Avenue in the office of Amalgamated Life.
Go right in, please, Mr. Dollar. Mr. Hanley's expecting you.
Well, thanks. All right now, Mr. Hanley.
Mr. Dollar, good. I'm glad you got here so promptly. Sit down, please.
Yes, but as I told you over the phone, Mr.
Mrs. Bromberg should be here any moment now. In the meantime...
I'm just passing through, Mr. Hanley.
In the meantime, I can tell you why she insisted I call you in on the case.
Look, I am on my way south to go fishing. And with all the other insurance investigators available, Brownberg, did you say?
That's right. The wife of Thaddeus Brownberg. You remember the case, don't you?
Brownberg?
He disappeared about 7 years ago. Of course you remember.
The flyer, wasn't he?
He flew his own private plane, if that's what you mean, and heaven knows he could afford to. He was quite wealthy for a while.
Yeah, I remember now. Made a big pile on Wall Street and then suddenly lost it, or most of it, and then took off in his plane and was never seen again.
Precisely. You omitted only the fact that he suffered complete amnesia, complete loss of memory just before his sudden departure. No doubt a result of his staggering losses on the market.
Yeah.
His plane was found some days later on a ridge on the far side of the Alleghenies. But as for Brownberg himself, well...
Yeah, as I recall, they never found his body or any sign of it.
Exactly. In other words, lacking any definite proof of death, well, payment of the insurance has been held up all these years.
How much insurance?
Something over $600,000.
Wow. And the beneficiary?
His wife, Lita Spencer Brownberg, who should be here any minute.
Well, Mr. Henley, did you get him?
Mrs. Brownberg?
Is this man Johnny Dollar?
Yes, this is Mr. Johnny Dollar.
How do you do, Mrs. Brownberg?
Sit down, young man, and let me tell you something. Sit down.
Dollar.
All right.
Now then, you've got to find my husband. And you've got to find him before this coming Wednesday.
Oh, why before Wednesday, Mrs. Brownberg?
Well, I was just about to tell Mr. Dollar.
Never mind, Hanley. I'll tell him.
Very well.
It's because of that hearing in court this coming Wednesday. If you don't find Thaddeus, or if he doesn't recover his senses and come back here, he'll be pronounced legally dead.
In which case, I understand you'll collect some $600,000 insurance.
And, well, I can use it. When he went out of his head and didn't even know his own name that night. Do you know there was less than $100,000 in our joint bank account? That I've had to scrape and skimp ever since? Oh, if our lovely home in Upper Montclair hadn't been in my name so I could sell it, I just don't know how I could have got along all this time.
I see. Real tough, hmm?
Terrible. Just terrible.
Well, this may sound a little out of order, Mrs. Brownberg.
Well?
Well, things won't be nearly so distressing for you if the court says he's legally dead, will they?
How can you talk like that? Do you think for 1 minute that money could ever take the place of my beloved Thaddeus?
But if you've asked the court to take action...
I have not. That's the doings of this cold-blooded insurance company.
If
I hadn't found out about it, about demanding this court action...
You've told us many times you'd like the money, Mrs. Brownberg.
Well, of course I would.
Yeah, and we don't like to keep these open obligations on our books any longer than necessary.
Cold-blooded, that's all.
Yeah, and when it's become obvious there's no longer any hope, any chance whatsoever...
If the police haven't been able to get anywhere after all these years...
Is that any reason why you can't find Thaddeus, Mr. Dollar?
Well, it's a pretty good indication.
It's an indication of nothing. I know all about you, Johnny Dollar.
Mrs. Brownberg.
About the almost miraculous way you solve these cases.
Mrs. Brown...
Here is a picture of Thaddeus.
Yeah, as you can see, Mr. Dollar, he was a rather younger man.
I beg your pardon?
What?
Is that a snide implication that Thad was younger than I am?
Well, I didn't say that, Mrs.
He
Brown.
was 54 when he disappeared. And now you have to find him, Mr. Dollar, before Wednesday.
Oh, now, wait, please.
Mr. Hanley can tell you where to bring him to me.
Wow.
Yes. And yet, Mr. Dollar, if there's anything you can do, that is...
You mean to save your company from having to pay out all that money?
Well, of course, we'll have to pay it out sometime, but it's our duty as an insurance company to... Huh? What is it?
This picture.
Yes.
I wonder.
You mean you might have some idea where to look for him? Dollar?
I said I wonder, that's all.
Mr. Dollar.
Just, let me think about it, huh?
Repeat after me, please. What do you want when you need brand?
What do you want when you need brand?
Reliability.
Reliability.
Now, what do you get in Kellogg's All Brand?
What do you get in Kellogg's All Brand? Reliability.
Right. Hi, this is Dennis James to explain why Kellogg's Way is the reliable way to get the effectiveness you want from brand with just half a cup a day. See, Kellogg's All Brand is the real Battle Creek formula, the one that millions of people depend on. And they depend on it because Kellogg's All Brand contains more vital brand bulk to help you keep regular. It's low in calories, and it's mighty pleasant eating, too. Kellogg's All Brand comes in crisp, toasted shreds that have a wholesome brand muffin taste. I think you'll like it. So be sure you remember, for the effectiveness you want from brand, get reliable Kellogg's All Brand.
That's what you get in Kellogg's All Brand. Reliability.
Well, what about that snapshot of Thaddeus Brownberg? Well, sir?
Well, I'm not sure, Mr. Hanley. Would you call it a good likeness of him as of the last time you saw him?
Yes, excellent. Despite the costume, the surroundings.
I wish that background looked familiar. But the face.
Well, you've seen it somewhere? Recently?
Well, there's something very familiar about it. At least, well, I don't know. After all, Mr. Hanley, with all the traveling I do from one end of the country to the other, all the people I meet, and if this was taken over 7 years ago... Look, where does Mrs. Brownberg live now?
533 East 52nd Street.
All right. Call and tell her to stay there, that I'll be able to see her in a little while. Meantime, if you need to get in touch with me, I'll be at police headquarters, 18th Precinct.
And now, wait, Mr. Dollar.
Hey, what for?
The police who'll know the most about this case are those over in New Jersey, in Upper Montclair. They're the ones to go to for help.
Not the kind of help I want. Item 4, a buck. Or a cab to the 18th Precinct. As usual, my old pal, Lieutenant Randy Singer, was ready and willing to give me a hand, regardless of what my problem might be. And as usual, I told him it was none of his business. But I only wanted one of his men in photo identification, a fellow named Billy Cross. I had him make some blow-ups of the face on the picture I had. I had him touch up that face to make it look the way it might look if it were 7 years older. Add a beard or a mustache or both, make the hair look gray instead of brown, make it longer, shorter, parted differently, worn in every conceivable way that it could be worn. Well, hours later, we were bushed. And I'm afraid I stared a little stupidly at the pile of over 50 variations on the face of Mr. Thaddeus Brownberg.
Not one of them, Johnny?
No, Billy, I'm afraid not. Except maybe for one of these with a beard, like this one, for instance. I'd almost swear that I've seen a man like this somewhere in my travels.
Where?
I wish I knew.
Oh, Johnny, why don't you give up? Nobody else thinks that Brownberg is still alive, or if he is, he's still suffering from that loss of memory, so he's not the same man he was. What good would it be if you did find him? When the case comes up in court day after tomorrow, they'll call him dead, the case will be closed, and that'll be that. Why don't you give up?
Because I'm stubborn, I guess.
Don't you see? The cops over in New Jersey, all over the country for that matter, did all they could to find him after his plane cracked up.
I promised the insurance company and his wife.
What? Did you perform a miracle? Forget it, Johnny. Run along on your fishing trip.
Speaking of his wife, what time is it?
It's nearly midnight.
Holy smoke, I've got to get over there and see her.
Johnny.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks a lot. Even if it didn't get us anywhere. Item 5, another buck for another cab. Well, poor Mrs. Brownberg. That apartment of hers turned out to be a penthouse, full of expensive furniture and draperies and rugs a couple of inches thick. While a sleepy-eyed maid hung my topcoat next to a chinchilla wrap and a full-length mink coat, Mrs. Brownberg poured a much-needed drink. And then we sat down in the luxurious living room, and she yammered away about her poor, dear, sorely missed Thaddeus, and gave me just exactly no helpful information whatsoever about where and how to start looking for him.
Oh, yes, Mr. Dollar. I just knew he was going to lose his mind someday, working as hard as he did to make money in the market all the time. The only recreation he ever had was his fishing trips now and then.
About the background on that picture you gave me, do you know where he went fishing?
No. Thaddeus never told me. He'd just take off in his plane and go. Oh, but in the hope that the dear, dear boy might still be alive. That he'd recover his memory and come back here sometime. Well, look. Let me show you the den I've had waiting for him. It's in here, Mr. Dollar.
You see, if I had some idea where he liked to go when he was away.
All over the country, I suppose. He never told me. But now, here's the den with all his...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What's the matter?
This fish on the wall, the stuffed one.
It's from one of his trips. The last one before he disappeared.
Well, do you know where he caught it?
I told you, Mr. Dollar. I haven't the least idea.
Well, I do.
You do?
Yes, I'm sure of it. And believe me, it's a place he'd surely go back to if he could.
Mr. Dollar.
Let me use your phone. My call got Tim Hanley out of bed, and I'm still not quite sure that he really understood me.
What did you say?
Do I have to spell it out for you, Mr. Hanley?
No, not at all. And you're leaving?
That's right. I'm leaving right now. And believe it or not, I'm going fishing.
Welcome aboard.
Try new king-size Philip Morris Commanders. New because the tobacco in them is vacuum cleaned. And the cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. Yes, the cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. Philip Morris Commanders are made by a new kind of machine, the Mark 8, that takes rich, full-flavored tobacco and first gently vacuum cleans it, then rolls the cigarette fully, evenly, cuts the ends clean and firm. The result is new Philip Morris Commanders with the cleanest tobacco ever rolled in a cigarette. Try a pack. You'll get a full, round, king size of solid smoking pleasure because the cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. Noticeably better.
Have a commander. Welcome aboard.
That mounted fish, that nice big lunker bass, could have come from only one place that I know of that I myself had fished. It was certainly a place that Thaddeus Brownberg, if he was still alive, would go back to. Item 6 is $206.50 for a cab to the airport, a jet to Los Angeles, and a plane from there to Las Vegas, Nevada. Item 7 is $50 deposit on a rental car. And shortly after noon, Pacific time, I pulled into Lake Mojave Resort, just above David Dam. I parked and tore on down to the dock just in time to keep Ham Pratt, the manager of the place, from stepping into his powerful outboard and taking off up the lake. Ham! Wait a minute! Ham!
Johnny Dollar, glad to see you again.
Well, how are you, Ham? I'm glad I caught you.
Well, how are you, boy?
I'm great.
Only where's your fishing tackle? Or, who are you looking for this time?
Well, now listen. Look here at this picture. No, this one. The one with the beard painted on it.
So?
Now, Ham, I've seen this man before. Maybe somewhere on this lake. You know, on one of my fishing trips out here.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you have.
You know his name? I mean, what he calls himself?
Calls himself Ted Benham.
Benham?
Nice old guy. Been fishing around here some 6, 7 years.
6 or 7 years, huh?
Yeah, I don't know much about his background, where he came from. And I've heard people say that he doesn't know much about it himself.
Because of amnesia.
What?
He's here at the resort?
No, he stays at the Cottonwood Cove at Bob Cole's place. Kind of permanent resident, I understand.
And he's there now?
Well, no, I don't know, but there's one way to find out.
Right. Crank her up and let's go. As always, that drive up the lake made me want to be there for only one reason. To fish. For one of those big, beautiful fighting bass. But I had to find Thaddeus Brownberg if he was here. And sure enough, when Ham had dropped me off at Bob Cole's place on Cottonwood Cove, there about to enter one of the modern trailers that served as cabins. Mr. Brownberg! Wait a minute, Mr. Brownberg?
Are you speaking to me, young man?
You bet I am.
My name is Benham. Ted Benham.
No, it isn't.
I'm a sort of guide hereabouts.
Well, let's go into your trailer where we can talk.
Oh, wait. Now, I've seen your picture, and your voice is very familiar.
Yeah, you've seen me here on the lake. Maybe heard my voice on the radio.
Your name is Dollar. Johnny Dollar.
That's right.
I suppose I was more or less expecting you sooner or later.
Let's go inside and talk. He poured us a drink, and we talked. He was a real decent sort, the kind of a man I like. And far too good for that shrew of a wife. But he stubbornly maintained that he was Ted Benham. He also claimed he remembered nothing of his life before he came to Lake Mojave. That is, until I suggested maybe I should take a set of his fingerprints to the police back in New York.
All right, Mr. Dollar. Suppose I tell you that I knew this Thaddeus Brownberg. But I knew him very well.
Now, that's better. Now, go on.
Suppose I tell you that he never suffered from amnesia at all.
You mean it was a bluff?
And that he lost most of his fortune deliberately.
Well, why?
Another drink?
Thanks.
True, he had the knack of making money, and he hoped to build up a measure of security for his later years. But his wife, extravagant, spending everything she could get her hands on, kept demanding and getting because he thought she loved him. Kept demanding more and more and more. She didn't want him. She only wanted his money.
I see.
Your drink.
Thanks. Now, go on, Mr. Go on.
Drink is all right?
Yes, fine. But please go on.
Her only reason for wanting him around, Mr. Dollar, was so that he could build up another fortune for her to go through. He finally realized this. Realized that she didn't love him. And realized that he could be free of her, free of the nerve-wracking fight to make money for her. And at the same time, provide well for her.
By a disappearing act.
Well, look at it this way. If he were legally dead, as he will be after the court hearing tomorrow, he'd no longer exist. Thaddeus Brownberg would no longer exist as far as she's concerned, as far as he himself is concerned. And nothing would be really lost. She'd be well off. He'd have his freedom.
Now, look.
And so if he could be let alone until after that hearing tomorrow, don't you see, Mr. Dollar?
I know. I don't blame you. I'm sorry, old man, but I got a job to do, and Before that here. That here. I just forwarded you. Put in this string.
Plenty, Mr. Dollar. Plenty.
Oh, you're not going to get away. I remember waking once, my throat burning with thirst. I remember his giving me another drink and passing out again. And then, years later it seemed, the smell and taste of hot, strong coffee. And I came to slowly, but completely.
A little more coffee, Dollar, and how about some food now? After all, it's breakfast time.
Breakfast time?
It's also Thursday.
Oh, my head.
I'm sorry, but that was necessary.
Now, look. Listen, Mr. Brownberg.
Only it is Benham now. Ted Benham.
Yes, well, you call yourself whatever you like. And after what you told me about that woman that you're married to, believe me, I don't blame you. I honestly wish that I could legally help you stay away from her.
That won't be necessary now.
But I know that, well, you're really Thaddeus Brownberg. And my job is to get you back there before. You said Thursday? Today is Thursday?
Yes, Thursday. I checked the New York papers last night by long distance, Mr. Dollar.
What?
And the hearing took place yesterday. And Thaddeus Brownberg is now legally dead.
But even so,
Oh, yes. And now, if you're feeling better, if you want to talk some more about it, well, let's get out of this stuffy trailer. Let's get out onto the lake.
Out onto the lake? To talk?
Well, yes.
Uh-uh. No talking. Let's go fishing, Mr. Benham. And so we fished. And it was great. All 3 days of it. Right? Wrong? I don't know. Who's to judge? As for the expense account, forget it. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a case involving a prize fight, in which the only prize to be won is death. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone. Produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr. Musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Gertrude Warner as Lita Brownberg, Carl Frank as Thaddeus Brownberg, Robert Dryden as Timothy Hanley, Bill Sterling as Billy Cross, and Jim Bowles as Ham Pratt. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. Hear expanded CBS News on the hour, bulletins at once, Monday through Friday on the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
Harvey Tilson, Mr. Dollar.
Tilson?
Yes, sir. Tri Mutual Insurance Company.
Yes?
I hold down the office here in Uniontown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I see. Well, what can I do for you, Mr. Tilson?
Well, if you're free, I wish you'd come on down here.
Well, what's the problem?
I want to be sure we don't pay out a lot of insurance to the wrong person.
What kind?
Straight life.
Well, how much, Mr. Tilson?
$1,200,000.
What?
$1,200,000. Can you take it on?
Sure can.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Mutual Insurance Company Limited, Uniontown office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the wrong sign matter. It was late afternoon when Harvey Tilson called me. It was a good deal later before I could arrange for some awkward plane connections from Hartford to New York to Pittsburgh, PA. Plane fare is item one, $29.40. Because of a long stopover in New York, it was dawn by the time we hit the landing strip at the greater Pittsburgh airport. Item two is $1.70 for some early breakfast. And item three is the usual $50 deposit on a rental car. I took my time driving the 45 miles down Route 5 to Uniontown. And there I found that Tilson's office is in the Fayette Title and Trust Building, which also houses radio station WMBS. By way of killing time until Harvey got into his office, I talked to some of the boys there at WMBS, including Bill Freeze of the News Bureau. Anything in my line ever happened around these parts, Bill?
Like maybe Mrs. John Stacy Minett's death wasn't so natural after all?
Well, now, what does that mean?
Oh, come on now, Dollar. Why else would Harv Tilson send for somebody like you?
What, are you saying that she was murdered?
Well, wouldn't you murder an old dame like that for $1 million insurance? I mean, if you could make sure they'd never be able to pin it on you, wouldn't you?
Well, now, Bill...
Well, I mean, I don't mean you, Dollar.
Oh, thanks. Just whom do you mean?
I mean that new secretary, that Danny Pringle.
Mrs. Miner's secretary?
Yeah, Danny Pringle. Handled her correspondence, her investments, her stocks and bonds, paid her bills, that sort of thing. He was the only person, Dollar, who could possibly know everything, and I do mean everything, about all her affairs.
And Danny Pringle?
Yeah, and if he didn't somehow persuade her, force her to change her will at the last minute and leave everything to him, I'll eat my shirt, initials and all.
You, know this Pringle pretty well?
Well, I know all I need to about him, put it that way.
But you have no proof that he killed Mrs. Minor.
Proof? No, but figure it out, Dollar. Why would a smart cookie like him tie up with a decrepit old dowager like her in the first place? Now, he's not one of these la-di-da male secretary types, if you know what I mean, believe me.
Well, maybe she paid him well.
Her? I mean, she? Don't kid yourself. She was so tight-fisted. Why, do you know that her niece, Dora Minor, that's her only living relative, that Dora's had to play housekeeper and nurse and everything else for the old lady all these years, and for nothing? And all because it saved the old lady a few bucks not having to hire a nurse?
And Mrs. Minor has left Dora nothing?
Not according to this new will they found. Everything, Dollar, and most of it's the insurance. Everything goes to Danny Pringle.
And you think you killed her for it, huh?
And to keep it from going to Dora, who really deserves it.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah. 2 minutes. Yeah, right. Thanks, Rod.
Now, Bill, tell me, what is your beef against Danny Pringle?
You really want to know?
Yes.
Nothing. Nothing at all. It's just that, well, if he gets away with this, if he gets all that money, well, it's wrong, that's all.
That's all, huh?
Well, what do you mean by that?
Anything else to tell me about this thing, then?
Yeah, plenty. But I just got to do a news broadcast. I'm on the air in just a minute.
Yeah, sure. Don't let me keep you.
Yeah, listen now. After you've seen Harv Tilson, well, maybe you want to talk some more about this, huh?
Yeah. Maybe I will. Yes, Dollar, you're right. Bill has been working hard to get this Danny Pringle held for murder.
I see. Why?
Well, I agree with him. Pringle had plenty of reason for wanting her dead. He made no bones about it. The only reason he took a job with that cantankerous old crone was in the hope of latching onto some of her money. Most of it's insurance.
Yes, so I understand.
And now that we've found out that she'd suddenly made a new will cutting off her niece, Dora. Well, Harv, is there any real
Evidence that Bill could be right, that Pringle might have killed Mrs. Minert?
Dr. Hugo Besson, one of the finest pathologists in this part of the country, examined the body and said that she died of natural causes.
Oh? Doesn't Bill know that?
He knows it all right.
Well, then why does he keep on accusing Danny Pringle?
Dora.
What?
Bill is in love with Dora Minert.
Oh, I see.
You see what?
Well, a new will, you said.
That's right.
Cutting off Dora.
Yeah. Leaving the estate, mostly insurance, to... Yeah, wait a minute. Bill?
In love with Dora Minert, in spite of the fact that he thought she was going to inherit $1 million or so. Or because of it.
Oh, now, Dora...
So didn't Bill have, or
think he had a good reason for wanting Mrs. Minot out of the way?
Oh, now, wait a minute, Don. Are you saying that Bill Freeze killed Mrs. John Minor to marry Dora and get his hands on the insurance?
Well, it's a possibility, isn't it?
If.
If what?
Well, if Dr. Bessem hadn't said that she died of natural causes.
He could be wrong, couldn't he?
Well, yes, I suppose so. Well, what do you plan to do?
Right now, let's forget about murder for a minute.
Hey, now, wait, you've implied...
No, I haven't implied a thing. I have simply said that as long as Bill Freeze thought Mrs. Minot was going to leave the insurance to her niece, and as long as Bill figured on marrying Dora...
Still does, I understand.
He had just as much reason for wanting the old lady out of the way as Danny Pringle had. Right?
Well, I suppose so.
Unless, of course, Bill somehow knew that she had changed her beneficiary.
Well, nobody knew about that new will until the day Mrs. Minor died.
Not even Dora?
Not even Dora.
You didn't know? After all, if the bulk of her money is in the insurance policy...
The policy states that the beneficiary is to be the heir to her estate, as specified in her will.
I see.
She wrote it herself, by the way.
Oh?
Yep. She'd pecked it out on a typewriter all by herself. Then she'd signed it, had it witnessed by a cleaning woman and her husband, and that was that.
Did you check to see if it would hold up in court?
Yes, I checked it out with an attorney at company expense. And that will, Dollar, named only Dora.
But now there's a new one.
Yes, naming Danny Pringle as the sole heir. It just doesn't make sense. Dora cared for her, nursed her along for years, was the only person who deserved a cent from Mrs. Minor. So what did she end up with? A slap in the face.
Where did you find the new will?
Dora found it.
Where?
In the safety deposit box at the bank. It was listed in both their names.
Well, I thought those boxes were automatically sealed when somebody died.
Well, Dora dug into it before anyone else knew that her aunt was dead.
Oh? Well, it sounds like she was gunning for the old lady's insurance, too.
Well, could you blame her? She deserved $1. Still does. Anyhow, when she found this new will, she was so upset by the way she was cut off with nothing that she brought it to me and asked what could be done about it. I had to tell her nothing. What I'd like to have done was tell her to burn it up and say nothing about it. Because it's wrong, Dollar. It's all wrong.
Now, don't tell me you're kind of sweet on Dora, too.
I am not, but I do believe in justice. Don't you see? Unless this new will is a phony, a forgery, and it isn't, Danny Pringle's going to walk off with over $1 million that ought to go to Dora.
Unless that new will is a phony. Where is it, Harv?
In the hands of an attorney appointed by the court to handle the estate. But when she brought it here to show me, I made a quick photostat. Like to see it?
Yes, I certainly would.
All right. Here. And here's a stat of the earlier will.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's a pretty lousy typing job, both of them.
I told you, she pecked them out herself. And her fingers were all cramped up with arthritis these past few years. But you can see the typing is the same, including the same repeated errors.
It's funny she didn't let Pringle type out this later one for her. After all, that was his job. And as long as she was leaving everything to him...
Well, apparently, for some reason or other, she wanted to keep it from him. At least he claimed he had no inkling she was leaving him everything.
Well, that doesn't seem likely, does it?
Well, who knows with an eccentric old biddy like her. The point is she made out both wills herself. Do you see the signatures? Not only hers, but the witnesses match perfectly on both documents.
Is that so? Well, there's witnesses. Marjorie Durkin, John Durkin.
Marjorie came in to do the heavy cleaning for her once a week. Not much good, but after all, Mrs. Minot only paid her $2 or $3 a day.
Did you ask her if she has any idea why Mrs. Minot made this change?
It's the first thing I thought of, Dollar. But I found out that the Durkins died about a month ago. Hit and run, going home one night.
Oh, hit and run, huh? When was that, Harv?
November 7th.
Mm-hmm. I see. What? Well, it was only a couple of days after this new will was made. It's funny.
Well, it's certainly nothing to get suspicious about.
Isn't it?
Is it?
Well, hit and run, you said.
That's right.
And with them out of the way, nobody can prove they didn't witness a second will.
Oh, look, if one of these was a phony, this last one, but... Yeah, but look at them. And the police agree, not only the signatures, but even the sloppy typing.
And typing wouldn't be hard to imitate, provided the same machine was used. Now, Harv, tell me this.
Yeah.
Dora.
Yeah.
Did she by any chance kind of go for this Danny Pringle?
She did not. Those two hated each other. And I told you that she and Bill Freeze are practically engaged.
All right, then tell me this.
What?
Is Dora broken up over the death of her aunt?
She is not.
She isn't?
Now, don't get me wrong, Dollar. She's a nice girl. She started out nursing Mrs. Minot out of pity for her.
Started out?
Yeah. And then when the old crow wouldn't let her go, became more demanding, more abusive. Well, I'm sure that Dora would be the first to admit she stayed on in the hope of some reward when Mrs. Minot died. She'd been told about the first will, but she didn't know about the new one. Not until she opened that safe deposit box.
Anything else, Harv?
That's the whole story.
Okay. I guess you're right. There's something very fishy about this whole thing.
There certainly is. And with over $1 million involved...
Maybe this last will is a phony.
I don't see how it possibly could be.
But if it isn't, if Mrs. Minot was murdered...
In spite of what Dr. Besson said?
Well, it kind of looks as though I have 3 people to work on, doesn't it? Danny Pringle, Bill Freeze, and Dora Minot. I discussed Mrs. Minot's death with the police. And they politely suggested that instead of wasting their time, I talk with Dr. Hugo Besson. Now, since Mrs. Minot had been alone at the time of her death, he'd been authorized to make a routine autopsy. But his autopsy, the doctor told me, had been far from routine. That is, after he'd found out about the new and completely unexpected will. The result? Mrs. Minnie Minot died of natural causes. Period. End of any question of murder. I drove my rental car over to the Minot home, a big old place just off the north end of Bailey Avenue. Fortunately, the only one there when I arrived was Dora Minot, the niece. She was in her late 20s, I'd say. Tall, good-looking blonde.
Please forgive the dirty apron, Mr. Dollar.
That's quite all right.
I've been trying to get things straightened out around this old barn now that Aunt Minnie's gone. And do you know something? I've been poking around rooms I've never been in before.
Well, I thought you'd been taking care of Mrs. Minot for some years, Dora.
Oh, I have. In the mistaken belief there'd be some recompense for all the...
All the what?
Oh, I shouldn't talk about it, Mr. Dollar. I mean, the way I've been thinking. And please don't ask me to talk about Mr. Daniel Pringle.
Oh, why not?
I'd rather have him tell you how he arranged to have me cut off from her estate.
Where is he?
Oh, he's around. Just went out to get some cigarettes. And he'll stay around, too, until things are all settled. Just to make sure I don't walk off with something he doesn't want to give me. Out of the goodness of his heart. As though he had a heart.
Now, tell me this.
Please, I don't want to talk about it. Didn't you ask me how come I haven't seen some of the rooms in this house before?
Did I?
Look. Look at these keys. A different lock on every room in the house. And she kept these tied to her waist. Kept them under the pillow at night.
But you had a key to the safe deposit box.
Only because she didn't trust Danny Pringle. And somebody had to be able to go and check on her stock certificates and things. I found the new will folded up in a stock certificate.
So that's how it got on the safe deposit box.
What?
Where was the first will kept?
Oh, I think in a file here in this room.
I see.
Mr. Pringle produced it to show the date when the police were here. Do you want to look for it?
Is this her typewriter?
Oh, no, that's Mr. Pringle's. And if he comes back and finds that I've unlocked the door to this room of his, maybe we'd better leave now.
Well, then you don't use this machine.
Never. He'd have a fit. Besides, this is the first time I've been in here. And isn't this room a mess?
But Mrs. Minot could get in.
Oh, yeah. She told me that she wrote her will on this machine. I mean, the first one that was to leave me everything. But why she had to go and write another, and only after she knew that she was going to die.
Perhaps I could tell you why, Dora.
Mr. Pringle.
What business have you here in my room? Who is this man? Get out of here, both of you.
Are you afraid we might find something incriminating, Pringle?
Incriminating? Don't be absurd.
Who are you? Johnny Dollar, special investigator for the insurance company.
Oh?
Here are my credentials.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Now, of course, I can get a search warrant if necessary.
Not at all necessary, Mr. Dollar. Of course not.
Now, then you don't mind if I look around.
Not at all. Please help yourself. I'm afraid things are in a bit of a mess, though. I never was too good at filing and that sort of thing.
You were going to tell me why Mrs. Minert suddenly decided to leave everything to you.
Was I? Well, it was entirely unexpected, I must say.
I'll bet it was.
Now, Dora.
But go ahead, tell him. I'd like to hear it, too.
Well, it's really quite simple, Mr. Dollar. I took this job to get what I could out of the old girl. I thought she was richer than she was. I have a certain amount of, well, charm for people like her. It's worked before, and I thought...
It has, huh?
Yes, it has. And I thought it might work with her.
You rotten
But
skunk.
it didn't. Nothing could charm that eccentric old crackpot, so I planned to leave her. But then came this last illness, and she became such a pathetic person that, well, out of sheer pity for her, I relented. More than that, I repented.
Mr. Dollar, that's
Now,
the biggest...
just wait now, Dora.
I believe Mrs. Minot realized how I'd changed in my feelings toward her, that she appreciated it, and that she took this way to show her appreciation.
Mr. Dollar, that's a lie.
Now, Dora,
You know it is, Pringle.
can you prove that? Isn't her new will that you found that I didn't even know about, isn't that proof that I'm telling the truth?
Oh.
Tell me just one thing, Pringle.
Certainly.
Could anyone else have used this typewriter of yours? And I'm assuming it's the one used to write those wills.
I'm certain that she used my machine, Mr. Dollar.
Could anyone else have used it?
No. No one else could possibly have come in here. No one else could have used this typewriter except Mrs. Minot, of course, and myself.
You're absolutely sure of that?
Yes. And the police examination showed that both wills were typed on it. Therefore, only she could have written the new one.
Wrong.
What?
I saw those wills, the same typographical errors.
Well, naturally.
The same signatures, exactly the same. I held the photostatic copies up to the light, one on top of the other. The signatures matched perfectly, both of them.
Of course.
Of course not, Pringle.
What are you talking about?
It's impossible for anyone to write a signature, even his own name, write it twice exactly the same.
Mr. Dollar.
Utterly impossible.
Well, you're wrong. You must be
Well,
wrong.
try it. Here. Try it.
Now, listen.
Not
here.
even your own name.
Now, look here.
So you wrote a new will naming you as the sole beneficiary. You traced the signatures, both of them.
Well, you don't know what you're
Then
talking
you
about.
realized that you'd have to get rid of the witnesses. To the first will, John and Marjorie Durkin, so they couldn't deny having signed the second one. Hit and run, huh? I'll bet you ran after you killed them.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Mr. Dollar.
But you'll never live to tell it.
Oh, put that gun down.
Over there beside him, Dora.
Now, come on, Pringle. You don't think I'd come here alone, do you, without the police?
What?
All right, Sergeant, here he is for you.
Police? No, that's right. Pringle!
What police? What are you talking about?
Well, it's the oldest gag in the world, Dora. But amateurs still fall for it. On the strength of his statement to us, well, I hope they do pin the murder of the Durkins on him. As for that second will, it can't be genuine, simply because of those two sets of absolutely identical signatures. Expense account total, including the fare back to Hartford, $129.30. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Commander, welcome aboard. The cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. I'm a commander. Welcome aboard.
Treat yourself to a pack of new king-size Philip Morris Commanders. See what a difference cleaner tobacco makes in your smoking pleasure. You see, Commanders are made on a new machine, the Mark 8. That takes fine, rich tobacco and gently vacuum cleans it. What does that mean to you? It means new king-size Philip Morris Commanders have the cleanest tobacco ever rolled in a cigarette. And the cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. Noticeably better. Why don't you try a pack and see for yourself?
I'm a commander. Welcome aboard.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Well, first a word for radio station WKAT. It's the new CBS radio affiliated station in Miami, Florida. We're glad to have them with us on the network, to have them provide the people of Greater Miami with the different sound of CBS radio's outstanding programs. Welcome, WKAT. Next week, a storybook murder that suddenly comes true. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr. Heard in our cast were Lawson Zerby as Harvey Tilson, Robert Dryden as Pringle, Joan Loring as Dora, and Larry Haynes as Bill Freed. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hannah speaking. Have a happy habit, fun day through Friday, Arthur Godfrey time on the CBS Radio Network.
When can you get a nationally famous new stereo console phonograph and a record library for Christmas at half price? When it's Columbia's Christmas bonus special, now featured at Music House, 217 Kings Highway, Haddonfield, New Jersey. Here's the legitimate $295 value for only $148.88. You get a famous Columbia stereo console phonograph with 4-speed stereo record changer, long-life diamond needle, famous Columbia CD cartridge, and 6 great speakers in a luxurious decorator-style cabinet. Plus, a 6-record stereo library featuring famous recording stars, and that's worth $35 itself. By special arrangement with Columbia, Music House at 217 Kings Highway in Haddonfield, New Jersey, is able to offer this $295 value for half price. Only $148.88 for the stereo console and record library. Come into the Music House, 217 Kings Highway in Haddonfield soon and collect your Columbia Christmas bonus special. Quantities are limited, and this big bonus value is moving fast. WCAU-FM, Philadelphia.
Major League Baseball in the Sportsorama Spotlight with straight-from-the-shoulder talk about our national pastime. April 6th, the first Sportsorama program with Red Barber on the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Johnny. This is Harvey Wakeman.
Well, Harv.
You know, at State Unity Life down here in New York.
Sure, I know. How are you, Harv?
Great, Johnny, just great. But listen now, I got me a problem.
Well, you're not alone in that.
Or rather, one of my clients has. Ever hear of a man named Thomas Rayburn Morgan?
No, I don't recall
No, I
the name,
guess you'd have no reason to. He's a broker, Johnny, a stockbroker. Has his own little office over in Newark, NJ.
Well, what seems to be?
Well, I'll tell you what. He called me up on the phone a couple of minutes ago and told me that he needs you, Johnny Dollar, right away, you and nobody else.
Did he tell you what his problem was?
No, he didn't say what's bothering him, not the slightest hint, but he did make it plain there's no time to wait.
Well, unless I have some idea.
So I promised I'd call you right away, so I've called you. So his office address is 13827 North Commerce Street over there in Newark.
Harv.
So grab your hat and get on down to see him, okay?
Now, Harv.
Meantime, I'll give him a call and tell him to stop worrying. You're on your way.
Now, listen, will you?
And if you're a good boy, Johnny.
Harvey, will you shut up long enough for me to get in a word edgewise?
What? What's that? Well, sure. Go ahead, Johnny. Don't get sore.
I said...
It's just that he's a very important client, so anything we can do...
I said that unless I have some idea just what this man Morgan wants me for...
Johnny boy, didn't you hear me? I haven't got the least idea what's troubling Mr. Morgan.
Maybe I better phone him myself.
No. There is no point in calling him. He'll only say to come and see him, and he'll tell you what it's all about himself.
Well, then I'm sorry, Harv, but these blind assignments for the birds. You tell him I'm not interested unless I can find out exactly...
And I'll tell you this, too, Johnny. Considering the size of all the policies we've written for him...
No, Harv.
I mean, considering the way that guy is loaded, considering that when I call him back and tell him you're on the way...
No, now listen...
But that a guy like you comes high, and that you have to be sure of a nice, big, extra fee...
Fee?
And, Johnny, when you see how generous he can be when he wants to... Well, Johnny boy?
You said fee?
I said fee. And doesn't the sound of money, and I mean a lot of it, doesn't it kind of make these silly questions of yours, unnecessary? Well, Johnny?
What's your guess?
Okay. 13827 North Commerce Street, Newark, New Jersey.
Thomas Rayburn Morgan.
Right.
I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the State Unity Life Insurance Company, New York City office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Lone Wolf matter. Expense account item 1. Well, as long as Mr. Morgan is supposed to be such a generous soul, call it $30 even for the plane to Newark and a cab to the brokerage office on North Commerce. Mr. Morgan turned out to be a friendly, distinguished, prosperous-looking man of about 50. But he also looked more than just a little worried.
Sit down, Mr. Dollar. Sit down, please.
Right, Mr. Morgan. Thanks.
No. I'm the one to say thanks. I mean to you for coming here. Strictly speaking, this is not an insurance matter, but to tell you the truth, you're the only one I know of who might be able to help me in this situation.
Now, why is that, sir?
Well, I mean, help me with a proper regard for its confidential aspects. You see, I haven't dared to contact the police about this matter, not even the authorities down there in Philadelphia.
Now, why Philadelphia?
Well, that's where the letter came from.
What letter is that, Mr. Morgan?
You see, if the facts were to become public knowledge, well, it could mean only one thing. Complete and utter ruin. Not only for me, I don't care about that, but for my family, my wife, and 2 splendid young sons.
I suppose you tell me what it's all about, sir.
But I must be sure, absolutely sure, that I can depend on you to keep this completely confidential. Believe me, I'll pay you well for it, very well.
Just go ahead, sir.
All right. Here, read it for yourself.
Okay. Dear Thomas, or should I say Danny Fairland? Danny Fairland?
That was a name that I used when I was younger, and but read on, please.
All right. You may be surprised to hear from me after all this time. That doesn't mean I haven't kept
myself well informed about you. Ever since that day some years ago, when our little investment scheme took a sizable sum of money from a handful of gullible suckers. You've done well, Thomas. I am sure your share of the money is what started you so nicely in your present business.
Is that true, Mr. Morgan?
Just read on, please.
All right. However, I was somewhat
less fortunate, and especially recently things have gone very badly for me. But I am certain you will be only too glad to help me out, let us say for the sake of our old friendship. And because so far I have never revealed the details of our illicit enterprise to the authorities or anyone else. After all, I fully realize that such a revelation, just what such a revelation might do to you, my friend, to your business, and of course, your nice family. Now, in view of your being in a position to help me, what I suggest you do is this. Make a couple of withdrawals from your bank account in cash until you have, say, $10,000 on hand. For a man of your means, this shouldn't be too difficult, nor take very long. I'll contact you as to where and when you may deliver this money to me.
It's out and out blackmail.
Read on, sir.
One other thing, being a man of conscience and having
been always afraid that sometime I might die without opportunity to get a crime off my conscience, I have carefully written it out in all detail, including, of course, your part in it. I have given this to a friend in a sealed envelope. Needless to say, should anything happen to me, any trouble of any kind, this friend would immediately turn it over to the newspapers.
Do you see?
Thomas, I shall call you shortly. There at your office. Rather than needlessly bother your fine family.
Your old friend, H.B.W. That's very neat, Mr. Morgan.
Neat, Mr. Dollar.
And just who is H.B.W.?
His name is Henry B. Wolf.
And this crime he talks about?
A most reprehensible stock swindle. But I was young and inexperienced when he proposed it to me. It simply looked to me like an easy way to accumulate money enough to start this business. And I thought without hurting anyone. But it was wrong, and we took thousands from innocent people.
Then aren't your skirts just as dirty as his, Mr. Morgan?
Well, no, not quite, Mr. Dollar.
Well, I mean, except for this blackmail bit.
No. Because at the time, I kept a list of all the people we'd defrauded. And then later, anonymously, I paid them all back with considerable interest.
Why anonymously?
Oh, good heavens, man, don't you see? If what I'd done would have become known, don't you see what it would do to this stock brokerage business of mine? It would ruin me. And far more important, though, it would needlessly hurt my wife, my family.
It kind of looks as though he has you over a barrel, doesn't it? This man Wolf has nothing to lose, and you have plenty, and he knows it.
What can I do, Mr. Dollar? What can you do?
You know something, Mr. Morgan?
Yes?
That's a good question.
Johnny Dollar's adventures take him to many out-of-the-way places around the world. CBS News takes you to every corner of the globe, where trained reporters are constantly on the alert to bring you accurate accounts of what happens the very minute it happens. You can always count on CBS News to be first and most accurate with the news. Hear expanded CBS News on CBS Radio every hour, on the hour, every weekday. It's your clue to what's new everywhere. We'd also like to remind you that today begins National Hospital Week. During the year, 1 out of every 8 Americans receives some type of hospital care. In addition, your community hospital stands ever ready to serve you in case of a disaster or an epidemic. It is the training center for doctors, nurses, and medical research scientists. Your community hospital needs and deserves your support. You can give that support not only financially, but also by serving as a hospital volunteer and by encouraging the young people in your community to enter health careers. Remember, your hospital is a community partnership.
Morgan convinced me that he was telling the truth. That his ex-pal, Henry Wolf, had engineered the stock swindle some 25 years before. That he himself had made complete restitution, and then some, for his part in the affair. But how to locate this Henry B. Wolf? The only helpful information on that letter was a Philadelphia postmark, and Philadelphia is a pretty big town.
But he said that he would telephone me, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, I know, and tell you where and when to hand over the $10,000. Now, have you done that? Done what he told you to? Drawn the amount from the bank?
Well, what else could I do? If I set the police on his trail, if he's arrested and jailed, his friend will release the sealed envelope to the press, and I'll be ruined. And if I myself try to stop him in any way, I mean, when I deliver the money to him, the same thing will happen.
Stop him? You mean by putting a bullet through him, something like that?
Believe me, if it weren't for my family, Mr. Doc. Oh, no, I don't mean that. I just couldn't do a thing like that. But what can I do?
Just pay him off is what it looks like, doesn't it?
$10,000?
That's right, and when he runs out, another 10,000, and another, and another. He'll have the same hold on you in a year, in 10 years that he has right now.
Then you must do something to stop him now. And you must do it now.
Okay. How's about letting your secretary go out and pick me up a handful of magazines?
Magazines, Mr. Dollar? What for?
Well, Wolf said that he'd call you here at the office, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So right here is where I'm staying.
But, Mr. Dollar,
Any better ideas? Until we find out where and when and how he wants that money?
I see. And when we do?
That depends. Now, how about her getting me a stack of reading matter? In the 3 days that followed, I plowed through 4 mystery magazines, 3 paperback novels, a lot of back copies of the Wall Street Journal, and all the daily newspapers available, including the funny papers. When Morgan went out to lunch, I went to lunch. When he went home at night to his beautiful place in Upper Montclair, I went along with him. He introduced me to his wife as an old college chum spending a few days in town. But I think Mrs. Morgan kind of wondered why more of our small talk wasn't about the old school tie. She was a lovely woman. I could well understand why Morgan would never want to hurt her. She showed me pictures of the boys. They were good-looking kids, too, both going to Princeton, both doing very well. But then, the afternoon of the third day, there in the office, came the phone call that we'd been waiting for. At a sign from Mr. Morgan, I carefully picked up the extension phone.
Hello? Hello?
I'm still on, Henry.
I heard a clicking noise. Thought you'd hung up. And, listen, Thomas. There's no way you can trace this call. I'm using a dial phone.
I'm sure you're prepared for anything, Henry.
Exactly. In other words, Thomas, you have no choice but to, shall we say, lend me the money that I need.
I know.
I'm glad you do. You see, any attempt to call in the police or do me bodily harm can only result in the full story of your transgressions being released to the newspapers.
Yes, you've made that very clear. But now listen.
Well?
If I do give you this money...
But of course you will. You know very well, Thomas, that you can't afford not to.
But what guarantee can I have that you won't be back for more?
None, Thomas. None whatsoever.
Well, you dirty, conniving...
Now, don't worry, my friend. As long as you make no trouble, I won't be too hard on you.
All right. Where do you want it? When?
Thomas, I telephoned your wife a few minutes ago.
You what?
Yes.
Henry?
I told her I'm an old friend from out of town. Which is quite true, of course.
And you told her
Oh, now,
about...
don't be ridiculous, Thomas. I merely told her I'm only here overnight. That I'd like to have dinner with you here in town.
Oh.
That's all. And you see, that will give you the opportunity to meet me this evening, give the money to me, and nobody will suspect a thing.
All right. Where and when?
Listen carefully, Thomas. I don't want there to be any chance of a slip-up. Now, here is exactly what I want you to do.
Well, now we know.
Yeah, Mr. Morgan. So I'll be leaving you now.
Leaving me? But you heard what he's told me to do, to meet him tonight with the money.
And if I were you, that's just exactly what I would do.
But good heavens, Mr. Dollar.
Your pal Wolf is a real clever fellow. And it looks from here as though any interference in this plan of his from anybody can only end up in disaster for you. Well, doesn't it?
Yes, of course it does. But you... Well, I thought that somehow you could help me.
Just take my advice and be there in Monroe Park tonight and hand over that money to him. So long, Mr. Morgan.
No, please, Mr. Dollar.
See you sometime. Expense account item 2, a dime for a telephone call. And then item 3, $11.70 for some early cocktails and dinner at the tavern with an old friend of mine, Judge Amos Ordway, retired. The judge had been around for a long time and has a good memory.
Yes, Johnny, I recall that investment swindle very well. I was a lawyer then, and some of the people seeking their money back from those two swindlers were clients of mine.
You mean from Henry Wolf and Mr. Thomas?
Thomas? Oh, no. It was Wolf and a fellow by the name of Denny Fairland. At least, that's what he called himself.
Would there still be a case against this Danny Fairland, even if he were calling himself something else now?
When the people got their money back and then some and withdrew their charges?
Well, nonetheless, Judge...
Just remember this, Johnny. Laws governing the handling of securities weren't what they are today. Possibly, I say possibly, at that time that operation could have been construed as being within the law. Barely. But, even more important, suppose the less guilty of the two, perhaps the one who called himself Denny Fairland, suppose that ever since then he has lived a wholly exemplary life, more than merely made up for his youthful indiscretion.
I see.
Yes.
In other words, you know full well the name of the man who used to call himself Danny Fairland.
Now, what are you talking about, Johnny? How could I possibly know anything about him now?
I see. Well, thanks.
Incidentally, though,
Yes, sir.
if you should happen to need the services of a good, completely dependable stockbroker here in town, may I recommend a man by the name of Thomas R. Morgan?
It was after dark by now, but I still had plenty of time. Item 4, $1 even for a cab to the southern edge of Monroe Park. Trying to bribe a certain key from one of the guards about to go off duty wouldn't work. So I did the only thing I could think of at the moment and helped myself to it after roughing him up a little, but then tucking a sawbuck into one of his pockets. As a result, the appointed meeting place, a little tool shed there in a dark, tree-covered corner of the park, held not only me, but the guard. He lay quietly among the rakes and shovels, securely bound and gagged. The time passed slowly. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It began to get chilly, uncomfortable, and I began to feel a bit uneasy. Finally, as a distant clock boomed out 11, I heard footsteps outside the shack. Footsteps of only one, however, pacing slowly back and forth. I hoped it was Thomas Morgan. But what if Wolf played it smart and didn't show? Gently as possible, I opened the door a bit, just a crack. And then I froze because I heard the steps of another man.
Well, good evening, Thomas.
Henry, I didn't think you were coming. You said 11 o'clock.
What's that? That noise.
What?
Nothing.
You're late.
You didn't think I'd meet you in a place like this without first making certain you hadn't been foolish and tried to bring someone along with you?
I wish to heaven I had been able to.
In which case, the friend I told you about would release the information in the sealed envelope to the papers. And in 24 hours, you'd be ruined. Oh, Thomas, don't ever make that mistake.
You mean if you should do this to me again?
Exactly. And I probably will. But there's nothing you can do about it. Ever. Now, the money, please.
Very well, Henry. Here you are.
Splendid. Thank you. And now, Thomas.
Oh, you aren't going to count it?
Or should I? You know, I trust you implicitly. Even as you can trust me.
You
now leave by the south gate and go home. I'll just wait here to be sure that you do. Good night, Thomas. Oh, not bad for an evening's work.
Not bad is right, buddy. That is for me. I'll take that dough from you. Come on. Thanks.
Who are you?
Blackmail racket, huh?
What are you talking about?
What I heard from inside the shack.
Put down that gun now and listen to me.
Nah, you listen to me, buddy. You got that poor guy on a string, so maybe I can take him too, huh?
You?
Sure.
Who are you?
Somebody's holding some dope on him in a sealed envelope, huh?
No.
That's what you told him. So if I get the envelope, whatever's in it, I can put the B on him too, huh?
No, please, you don't understand.
No, and whatever it is you know about him, you're doing okay. And now, friend, when you lead me to that envelope, I'll have a racket of my own, right? So, buddy, if you want to stay alive, you take me to that envelope.
But there is none.
You lying bastard.
No, I'm not. That's the truth. And put that gun away.
Now, listen. You don't produce that envelope for me, all I gotta do is blow your lying head
But
off.
I tell you, there is none. That was just a bluff to keep him on the hook. I swear it. That was only a bluff. You think for a minute I'd ask anyone else in with me on a thing like this?
You mean you're just a lone wolf? Mr. Wolf?
Believe me, I'm the only one. How do you know my name?
It happens to be my job. My name is Johnny Dollar.
Investigator?
That's right. Your friend Morgan is a client of mine.
Oh, I see.
Now, should we take a little walk?
Why?
Are you kidding? You're all through, Wolf.
Am I?
You bet you are.
That's where you're wrong, Dollar.
You're forgetting that the only names connected with that stock swindle years ago were yours and that of a man who called himself Danny Fairland.
Yes, and Danny
Listen,
Fairland...
if a crook like you tried to claim that today Danny Fairland is somebody else, you think anybody believe you?
Yes. Because, Dollar, if I tell what I know...
You'll only hang yourself. Not for the swindle that nobody cares about anymore, but for this blackmail bit. As for any tales about the past you might think of telling, you can take my word for it, they'll never hit the papers. You see, I know a judge. Well, Mr. Wolf, turn him in, take the chance that he might be able to hurt Thomas Morgan, or let him go with the full knowledge that I could prove a charge of blackmail against him. What would you have done? Oh? Well, that's just exactly what I did. Expense account total, including incidentals, $88.40. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a raging blizzard in the middle of May, and the pure white snow carries the mark of death. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Santos Ortega as Henry B. Wolfe, Sam Gray as Thomas Morgan, William Redfield as Harvey Wakeman, Robert Dryden as Judge Amos Ordway. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. The laughs are on Arthur Godfrey every weekday on the CBS Radio Network.